What's going on, guys? Hey, how's it going, everybody? We have a weird just situation that apparently the audio, like for the Steam Deck or something. Anyway, don't know what happened there, but welcome. I know it's been a little while since, well, no, it hasn't been that long. Sorry about the Tuesday stream. Guys, it was a weird week. It was a weird week. I love ASUS North America comes in and says, currently on break from Jerry, hoping to see the beautiful card in all its glory. Well, what's up? How you doing, JJ? Actually, today I'm actually pretty excited because today we're pretty much going all out. And we're gonna be building an absolutely ridiculous build using the Astral RTX 5080. On top of that, we went all ASUS on this stuff. So we got the ROG Strix 1000 watt PSU. We've got the Z890-E Mobo. I was just like, you know what? There was like, I think it was, I'm trying to think of who it was. Somebody was like, hey, when are you gonna start doing some full-size builds? And so today and tomorrow, we're really just kind of having a lot of fun with building just crazy PCs, and this one is basically $4,100. And the other thing too is that it actually is using CUDIMMs, so it's the first time we've actually used CUDIMMs. 8400 mega transfer RAM, so it should be fun. I'm really excited about it. I also know rumor is that we're going to be getting one of the Astral liquid cools, the 5090s. So we're going to be doing a fun build with that. We've also got the Supreme 5090 that's coming in that we're doing a build in the Corsair very soon. So we got a lot of just fun, cool builds that are coming up. And I'm actually really excited to get to do this stuff. We do have a review of the Astral 5080, and then we're just waiting for our TUF 5080 to come in so we can finish out that review. That was something that we said we wanted to basically do some comparisons on. So I know that they're working on that stuff, so we'll have a review on that very soon. We did release our review today for the Zotac 5090, and at the same time, we're also gonna be reviewing, I think we're reviewing the, I believe we're gonna review two AMD 9000 series cards. On top of that, we also have the ASUS ROG, the 9070 XT. We also have the Power Color X9070 XT. So we have a number of 90 series cards that are 9070 series cards that we're also doing, as well as reviews for 5070, 5070 Ti's and all that sort of stuff. So that's all stuff you'll get to see in March. We're also going to be doing a real comparison. We're going to be doing a video on which one between the 5070 Ti and the 9070. To be honest, I really want to wait until like 3 or 4 months from now. Main reason being is that honestly, I don't know how real prices are, and so it's a bit of a crazy time. But super glad to have you guys here. This is going to be a really fun build. I just want to kind of give you an update because I feel like I haven't seen you since Friday, and even on Fridays, as much as I love Intel Lives, I don't get to talk to you as much. So it should be a fun stream. But how are you? How are you guys? It's good to see you. You guys ready for some building today? We're building. You know what, Antec? They've been waiting. They have been waiting. We've had this case for a really long time, and so it is Araxis. It is supposed to happen this month. We have his card. We're just waiting for the time when we know we can film it. So March is going to be a good time for a lot of that content. So yeah. Nice, I like that, JJ. But we've had this build, and one of the things that we're doing a little bit different about these, literally about these cases, is when we're doing the case, we're trying to put builds that are fitting for the cases. And so when we looked at this case, given what it cost and what it's capable of, and the same thing with the 011 Vision that we're doing tomorrow, we're trying to do a better job of pairing like higher end hardware, you know, versus just doing budget builds on like 100, you know, this is 100, I forgot how much this card, how much is this card straight out? This case straight out, Tom. I know that you basically already responded in chat, so I'm wondering what it was. Yeah, the Antec Flux is supposed to be amazing from a thermal standpoint, but the other thing too is it was not cheap, so we wanted to make, it's over 9,000. It's not cheap, so we wanted to make sure we put builds inside of this stuff that made it a lot. 179, that's what I thought, 180 bucks. Yeah, it's $180 for the actual case itself. So when you think about 180 bucks, nobody's going to put that inside of a 1500 build. We were like, yeah, we got to do a build that makes a lot of sense for this. I decided, you know what, honestly, a little bit of a, yeah, I know today is AMD day. I thought I would just do the build the internet hates right now using NVIDIA and Intel, and we'll have a little bit of fun today. Don't worry, we've got some AMD builds coming up as well. We've got an AMD build tomorrow, and so it should be a lot of fun. But In today's build, we're going to start off with still a really good CPU, $599. We have its competitor, its real competitor, coming out here pretty soon, the 9950X3D. I know the 9950X is out now, but $599, the Intel Core i9 285K. Main reason I wanted to do this is because I wanted to do CUDIMM. Dude, 58 months. Wow, really? Okay, so I gotta get Rurutu, huge shout out for the sub. We also have Wimpmeister, thank you very much. Eternal Rage, 36 months. We had 57 months from Eternal Rage. Cosmic Jordan, thank you for the sub. Figment for life, love you. Diesel Gaming Inc., of course, thank you for the sub as well. We also have Black Dragon 1836, the House of Tom, with his 53 months. Thank you so much for all the subs, guys. But the main reason I wanted to do this, guys, is because of this, right? And huge shout out to the team over at Kingston. We're using 48 gigs of 8400 megatransfer RAM. This is CUDIMM 8400, which is actually pretty cool. And then we have a 4 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe drive that we're also gonna be using for them. So huge shout out to them. They sent us a huge care package of a bunch of RAM and all that sort of stuff. So it's gonna be fun. Yes, everybody say thank you, Tom. Tom actually went and stood in line today to pick up a beautiful 9070 XT for us. So it's gonna be cool. So we're gonna have some fun with that. And then, of course, wanting to put it inside of, you guys are going to see a lot of cool updates because I think it was during the live stream on Thursday, we saw the brand new updates to Armory Crate, so which now uses the ASUS driver thing, which I'll show you a little bit. So they've taken a lot of the feedback that we've actually given to them. I've actually given this personally to JJ. It's made it way faster to set up. So I love seeing when companies respond to feedback. And a lot of the stuff that's in their new Armory Crate is a direct response to some of the stuff that has bothered me specifically. So really here for it. So ROG Strix Z890-E, this Mobo is legitimately ridiculous. The amount of IO, the amount of everything inside of this board is huge. And it's got that beautiful, it's called their Polymo lighting. Their Polymo lighting looks absolutely ridiculous. So really excited about that and stuff for that. And yeah, and now it's Intel and AMD. But I'm just saying I wanted to do it on the Intel one. So that is true. But I have boards for this right now. So this is the Strix Z890-E. Pretty excited about that. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's an extra pad for me in this one, right, JJ? Like there is on the other board. We're gonna have to make sure I put that in there. Will there be a pink Easter build? You know what? We have a pink. I know we're supposed to do some of those things. We've been waiting so long to just get cards. I need to go back and talk to Blondie about what the plan is. Okay, so we got that. For the GPU, going with it, we have the Astral. Here it is, the ROG Astral. Dude, this thing is heavy. The ROG Astral 5080. I'm really excited about getting to use this card. This card is overkill. So we just got finished doing our testing. We don't have, you guys will see a review for this coming out fairly soon. We want to include the tough data, so we're waiting for our tough guide to come into this. But yeah, we have a review for this coming out here. This is the overkill card. Everything from premium power delivery. It's also got ridiculous cooling with that 4th fan. And then we're, of course, using GPU tweak and all those other things. So you guys are going to get to see the performance numbers on that. Don't worry, we've got a number of games that we'll run this through. And then, of course, we'll look at thermals at the same time. So the card is a monster. Pretty excited to get to do that. For cooling our 285K, we're also doing another debut today, along with the Astral. We're going to use the Panorama SE360 ARGB. This is the brand new one from Trikes. This is their one that has a rotatable screen, so you can do the waterfall mold or whatever it was. We have a review coming out for this Tuesday, I think is when the review actually comes out. It might actually be coming out tomorrow, but at the latest it'll be Tuesday. But we wanted to basically do a showcase build for this. I thought it'd look really great inside of this case. And at the same time, there's not a lot of lights. We're going to keep all the fans and everything stocked for this stuff. But yeah, the Panorama SE360 ARGB. Should be a really cool AIO. Literally, really cool AIO, and then of course we'll have a review for that as well. Do I lift? I do lift GPUs, dude, especially this one. So this is the new SE360. And then still using my favorite cables, but we're going up from the tough 850. We're gonna be using the ROG Strix This is their 1000 watt Aura edition. You guys know how much I love ASUS PSU, specifically because of their cables. But this one also has the Aura sync, so it's got RGB, it's got an aluminum case, it's got their Axial Tech fan design, and then of course they've got those RG heat sinks as well. And so, whoa, I just lost it logged me out of the thing. So let me get chat back going here. So yeah. So yeah, that is all of the stuff. I don't know why this logged me out of, I just got logged out of Restream, so I'm just gonna fix that real quick so I can see chat. That was a surprise. Hold on, now I have to do the thing where I have to verify buses. I mean, it's like, I will say the one thing about Restream is that their verify human, it's like literally, it feels like you click on this thing for 10 minutes. It's like, come on, guys. And then did I do, oh, no, that is what? That felt like the right password. Hold on one sec. All right, I'm back in. That was weird. I don't know why I got logged out, but I'm back in. So anyway. So yeah, here it is. We are at level 3, guys. 30 seconds. Can we get to level 5? Let's see what we can actually do. But anyway, these are the parts. It's a monster. And is it going to fit? Nice AIO. It going to fit? Yeah, it will. It's got 360 millimeter AIO, should be absolutely fine. So these are all the parts going into it. Should be a beautiful build. I think it's going to be fun. It's good to see you guys. So anyway, yeah. What do you guys think of the parts? Did I do good? So anyway, one of the things that we do have, and I don't know, maybe we'll find a way to save this. We'll have to think about it. Maybe we'll have a way to save this, but you guys, we might be able to put a list of all the parts that we have. So if people want to plan builds at some point in time, we might be able to give them a chance to do that or something like that, which I think would be pretty neat. By the way, one thing about this case, it's not light, I will say. It is, it's heavier than I thought. I don't remember the Antec Flux being that heavy, but this case is actually fairly heavy. And of course, when we do the teardown of it, we'll look a little bit more into it. But I was like genuinely surprised at how hefty this case is. So you think the GPU's hefty, the case itself is hefty too. So, oh man. Okay, so now it's not, I'm seeing no streaming here. I'm gonna reopen this because it doesn't even seem like you guys, it's chatting. I see chats, but I don't see it. All right, let's see if it comes through here. Okay. So yeah, case looks amazing, and I could go after it for backup my PC living room case. Honestly, with the brown walnut type look, it's with the brown walnut look, it wouldn't be a bad case for that. He was Robeycat. Oh, was he? That's awesome. I'm sorry, Araxis. I can now see it. Everything seems to be back. I'm back. Okay. Okay, so let's go to top down. Let's start doing it. No, man. All right, here we go, guys. Lansworth, thank you for the 5 subs. Sheezy, thank you for the 5 subs. Shenmue Lover, I remember that name. Thank you very much for the sub as well. Okay, so this Mobo is not also pretty beefy as well. Okay, so I'm assuming there's a little pad in here. Because I was told by JJ, he's like, hey, just so you know, there's a little pad that'll help with the heating. Yeah, there they are right there. There it is right there. See, I need one of these little pads. And this is so I can get complete healing, complete cooling for my NVMe drives. Wow, you gave us a lot of them, dude. There's a lot of those pads in here. Wow, they give you a lot of M.2 pads. Wow. Yeah, and it's funny. We've actually had this conversation with the team over at ASUS, and one of the things is I try not to do all ASUS builds because a lot of times people feel like you got to go all ROG or not, and they make components like everybody else, right? So yeah. So it's like one of those things that they want to show like a little bit is like, hey, you don't have to necessarily do all ASUS builds. It's not to say that they don't like it when you do, but sometimes it's nice to just show that you can put them in anything, right? Well, we'll put it in because last time it's in the, like you said, it's in the manual. I didn't know that. So we'll highlight it today for sure. I know a Rexness, I do. I have one, but we're gonna do, well, don't worry, we actually have a ROG Extreme build coming up in a Lee & 011 case. So don't worry, the Extreme will go here, but we're trying to show a lot of different hardware, and honestly, I wanted to show the trikes, and this felt like a good build to show it in. Okay, so here is this Mobo, guys, and this Mobo is legit wild, okay? Legit wild. First and foremost, I just want to show you just the sheer amount of I/O. Look at the amount of I/O on this Mobo, dude. There is four USB-C, right? Of which you can see multiple. You got a 10G USB. You've also got Thunderbolt. Look at just the amount of, like, you have so much I/O at the same time. They've got their new Q-Connect Wi-Fi connectors as well. It's got their clear CMOS, their flash, all that sort of stuff. Plus, it's a 5G wired LAN at the same time, which is actually pretty cool. So it's got so much bloomin' I/O, which is absolutely crazy. And then at the same time, we also have all of this cool peel stuff. So let's get all these peels off. And I'm sure, like, if you have questions, JJ's actually in the YouTube chat right now. So if you guys have questions, or ASUS is in the chat right now. So if you have questions, for sure, he loves to just rattle off, facts and features about the hardware that we use a lot of times. So, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's get all the peels off here. Okay. So this, like the Hero board, has a similar design for the Mobo stuff, for the M.2 stuff, right? So, which is actually pretty cool. I really like this. It's got like the heatsink kind of wrapped through it, but what you do is you just literally lift this, and then this whole thing pops up, and then now we have those, which, I mean, it's actually hard to kind of get to the peels. So we're gonna grab our little screwdriver here. So let's grab this. And then here we go. Okay, so here's where I'm just trying to get it so I can get this peel off. There you go, got it. Got it, okay. So we got our peel off, and again, it's got that cool latch. This allows you to just switch between the different settings, which is actually really neat. So you can go all the way up to 2210, which is really cool. Ugh. Okay, now we have one of these little spacer things here. So you take one of these, and these go right here. And that allows you to get the additional cooling there, which is cool. And then we take our 4 terabyte. There we go. Okay, we take our 4 terabyte, pop it in, and then put that down, and then this, look at that, and boom, it's installed. That's all there is to it. And now we're basically, all you gotta do is clip it in. It's just that easy. Now what we do is we take this big honkin', and we're using a Gen 4, a big honkin' one, pop that in like that, and then just clips, oops, didn't quite get it in there. There we go, and then boom, it is locked in, and there you go, good to go. So pretty straightforward installation there. And now we've got maximized heat dissipation, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I wanted to show that off. Next up, guys, let's have a little fun. And then we're not gonna do RAM clicks, but I'm actually gonna do like the CPU last. But making its premiere on Robeytech is CUDIMMs. So these are 8400 mega transfer, guys. And by the way, we've already benched and all this, so you guys are actually going to see 8400. Okay, so here we go. Pop that out like that. Ooh, that's crunchy. That's crunchy, but there we go. Nice uber fast RAM. So there we go. We got crazy fast RAM now. And you know what's funny? Now that I think about it, I should have done a Gen 5 NVMe drive, but that was the one thing I shouldn't have done. I should have done, and I didn't. I don't know why I didn't now that I think about it. Okay, so I don't think we've actually ever done the retail box. This is the retail box for the CU9. I don't think we've actually ever done the CU9 retail box. So it is a little bit like the one for like what we saw with the i9 and stuff like that, except for it's inside of like a little plastic. It just says Intel on it. So it looks just like this a little bit, and then on the other side, it just pops open. It's all like biodegradable and stuff like that. It says, note on the CUDIMMs, we worked with Kingston to enable even higher speeds for the new high-density 64 gigabyte CUDIMMs, which I actually think I have. I didn't grab those, but I actually think I got some of those. I could go look at some point in time, JJ. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, it's not a CU, it's not a wafer this time. It's just it's just like a little biodegradable thing. So anyway, got it. Something new. You guys haven't seen a lot of new on today's show. Lots of new parts. Playing with big high-end toys. Well, this thing is actually, for the cost, for $599, yeah, this CPU is not bad at all. All right, so let's go zoom in here. I actually bought new thermal paste, and then I forgot it. So good job on that, Robey. Okay, let's go ahead and go in there. Pop that in there. Get this spread. Let's see what thermal paste art should we put today? I think this is kind of an overkill build. So I think what we'll do, I think it needs a sports car. I think we need a sport car drawing today, guys. Sport car drawing today. Okay, here we go. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit. This is not for everybody. This is not for everybody. Like, again, I know that a lot of people do not spend this kind of money on a build, but there are some people who absolutely do. I was speccing out a Falcon Northwest system today, and when it was all said and done, it was over $7,000. It was actually almost $8,000, right? So understand this is not, I also want to make sure, I think one of the things that we've kind of gone a little too far on our side is not showing off some of the fun, just dream builds, and so that's why I was like, you know what, let's put some fun builds in this as well. I mean, the 5090 and the 5080 are still fantastic cards. Yes, MSRP, eventually all of this stuff will settle. I want to just have fun. I want to get back to just enjoying the tech and showing off cool tech and being a part of that, which I think is super, super fun. All right, here we go. Okay, so here we go. It's on the road here. Okay, so here we go, there's the road. And we're gonna put it, there we go. We got some cool tires there. we're gonna do Porsche here. Let's do Porsche. It's gonna be a Porsche. Okay. It's actually gonna look more like an old Ferrari. It look like an old racing Ferrari. I think that's an old racing Ferrari right there. It's going really fast because it's good in there. And then it's a sunny day. So you have a couple clouds and stuff in the sky, which would actually be pretty cool. It's a Robeytech race car. But then, little did he know when he was racing, there's a bear. And the bear is angry. Angry bear. And he hits the bear. But the cool thing is that his car, he was carrying he had a 5090 in the back, but it landed behind, and somebody else was able to pick it up and get a free 5090. So that's what happened. That's my thermal paste art for today, is the car crash. But the bear survived. The bear survived, and at the same time, somebody got a free 5090 on the side of the road. Let's just say it was a liquid Astral 5090 that somebody was able to just pick up. And because the car was on fire, he didn't know. No, they didn't. They used it because they're true gamers. This is my dream, not your dream. Stay away. You didn't sell it. They didn't sell it. They kept it. It's a cinematic masterpiece, guys. You get a full movie in this stuff. Dude, he's dead. There was no insurance premium. And little did we know he was actually a hardened criminal who needed to be erased. I don't know. I feel like this is starting to go, we're getting too deep in this story. What's my motivation? Okay, maybe it was a scalper. It was a scalper and he was on his way to sell it on eBay. And the guy who was in line behind him was the person following him, and he got the 5090 he was trying to buy, but only because the scalper, yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah. Oh man. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's a happy ending. That's how we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our trikes here and get our mounting stuff in for it, and then go from there. Ugh. Okay, here's our box full of the mounting materials. Okay, here's our mounting plate ready to go. So let's pop this in. Wow, that is really tall. Wow, look at that. Okay, what do I need here? So that's the normal stuff. Okay, so this looks like it actually clips on. Okay, so it's almost like this is better to put on outside of the case. Because, or I just do this, I might do this afterwards. I might mount this afterwards because there's nothing that holds this in. Well, I guess I could do this. Here's what we can do. So we'll just mount this stuff on here so it holds. And then that way we can get the Mobo in and all that sort of stuff. I know the peels come in GT. There's a peel there, but I wanted to wait. I'll peel it when we get a little bit further on. I know, it's right here, guys. I know, I see it. Don't panic, don't panic. You guys, like all the OCD people are like, Robey, Robey, Robey. That's exactly how you sound. Robey. That's how you guys sound right now in my head. Robey. Robey. You haven't hit puberty yet. Robey. That's the problem. You haven't hit puberty yet. All of you guys. I'm waiting for it to happen. I'm here to support you when it does. Robey! Okay, so we got our beautiful Mobo ready with its amazing artwork on it. Okay, time to take a look at the case here, guys. Robey! Oh, Flux Pro! Flux Heavy! Oh, man. Whew. Whew. Yeah, Arczilla, I know. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's go to side view here. Let's pull our glass off. Okay, there we go. So look at all those fans, guys. All those fans already in there. We got 2 pre-installed. We're not going to replace any fans. 140 on the front and the side. So this should get lots of air to that Astral, which is cool. See what I did there? You also have an additional place to install another fan here, up to an EATX motherboard. It's actually got really far out rubber grommets, and then all this stuff is pre-wired, and it's nice like covered cables here. Okay, that's hefty like aluminum. It almost feels like aluminum. Oops, I just launched all these little rubber things everywhere. Ugh. Okay, so we got USB-C, 2 USB-A. Looks like a reset button. What else is this? Well, this feels like there's something else. There's 2 buttons on here. Reset and temp. Oh, there's temp controls on this, guys. There's a temp control. There's a button for temp. I just saw that down here. We actually have temp down here. Now the question is, okay, so we also have on the back side another, there we go, another panel. Whoopsie. Don't fall. Okay. Now, wow, look at all that, guys. So everything's wired. It's got a hub. So everything's wired into a fan hub, which is nice. And then you also, it's a fan and RGB hub. So you can actually have all your RGB here. Nice quality Velcro strips. You got USB, 3.5-inch HD drive trays. You've got another HD drive tray down here, plus a 2.5-inch mount there. This actually slides. That's crazy. So you could actually slide down here at the bottom. Just loosen it up. Then you can move this. Maybe you have to take it all the way out. Okay, so this looks like, oh, the bottom, oh, you gotta unscrew the bottom. So there's a screw that lets you move the drive tray. No, that just makes it come off. So this comes off, and then you can actually also move this. There's a rail system down here, so if you wanted to push this over, you could. Which, I don't know why they don't make it just easier so you can just uninstall it. I'm gonna take this out because I'm not gonna use it. It's pretty nice, I like it. Plus it's got, it just means that if you wanted to do like a small NAS or something like that, you could definitely do that with this build, with this case. Now I'm curious, so USB, okay, so the USB for the sensor is already over here. And then you have your regular, you got 2 more 2.5-inch mounts there. Plus this could technically be used as another. So you could actually do 1, 2, 3, 2.5-inch plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 3.5-inch drives, which is actually a pretty good sizable amount. And then your fans are mounted into into a cage here. And then this just pops off, which is, oh, that pops off really nicely. And you've got those big Antec 140mm fans there in the front. Also here at the top, oh, that slides up. Okay, so this just comes off like this. So that just pops off, and then you've got your temp screen here, and that's already covered by a little plastic thing. So now it's one thing I do like about this particular, ooh, I don't know what this is for. This almost looks like you could side mount. Oh. How does this work? It looks like this has got it's got an extension cable for your for your PSU. So here's your PSU cable. So I think your PSU is side mounted, guys, like in the Lian Li. So you mount your PSU sideways. And so your PSU mounts on its side, and then you have all this open area. Okay, that's interesting. And it's got a routing around it, so you can route it, which is crazy. Okay. Now I think if you want it, and there is no way, I'm looking at this, sorry, just learning stuff as we look at this. There is no way, you do have this, and I'm wondering if there's a thing, so if you wanted to just mount it traditionally, you could, but it looks like you can take this out, and I'm wondering if there's another mount tray if you just wanted to traditionally mount your PSU. Let's look inside of this. So we have our extras. That's pretty crazy. Knife time. Okay, so you have, okay, yep, and then you can grab this. And then if you want to do a traditional mount, you could. So you have the option of either using a side mount if you wanted to do that, or you could do a traditional mount. I mean, I don't know how long our PSU is. It'll be interesting. We'll make that decision later. We'll just take them both and figure it out when we get there. And then inside of here, we also have our manual. And then it shows you the power supply installation. So side mount A, side mount B, side mount C, side mount D. And it shows you all the ways that you can side mount it. That's interesting. And then you also have your plastic stuff. So let's take a look here. So this is what I was talking about here. If you look at the top down here. So it has either side mount A, and it's showing you how to route your cable. Or you can do side mount B, or side mount C, or side mount D. So you can change the orientation for it depending on how way you do it. I don't know if we need to do this or not. I mean, it's just an interesting thing. And let's see if there's anything else we forgot about in the book here. Motherboards are here. Okay, so that's good to know. So it's got reset, headphone mic jack, USB 3, USB-C, and then temp display, which is the USB header, and it shows CPU and GPU temps. There's got to be some software that you install for it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that we're looking at that's interesting here. Specifications, the fans are PWM. They don't have any, and then one is a reverse fan. These are reverse fans for the below the GPU. Just trying to see if there's anything else that we need to worry about. It's just pretty much showing you the installation guide, putting your fatty 4090 there, or do your side mount if you want. It's just showing you how to run your cables if you want, how to mount your SSDs. You can do up to 3 fans at the bottom, which we knew about. And then there's you can actually remove the AIO. So you can remove this and mount it with outside, which we might probably do. And that's just showing you that your cooling bracket for the front as well. So pretty cool. Oh, you could do whoa, look at this. They're saying you could do a 240. Look at this, you can do a 240 millimeter AIO underneath in the cage. So you could actually add, so if you had a liquid cooled AIO, you could potentially put that down below and have it as a pull. That's interesting. So you do actually have that option there. And then it looks like you use the Antec iUtility software, and we have a link for it, so I'll grab that here in a minute. And then you can change your temp stuff in there. So, okay, that was worth looking at. So we'll see what we decide to do when we get a little later on, but yeah, that's pretty neat. Lots of options with this case, guys. Lots of options with this case. Pretty cool. Yeah, please don't scalp GPUs, guys. Don't be part of the problem. People sit there and they say, like, I don't understand why I can't get them, and then they go off and scalp them, and you're like, what do you mean you don't understand why you can't get them? You're the reason why you can't get them. Okay. Okay, let's get this installed here. Biggie. So crazy, you can do a 240 millimeter AIO on the bottom. That's pretty nuts. Okay, and so this you can route, we have to reroute. We might route that a little bit different later. Okay, so let's go to top down. Oh, there's one of the, I forgot to put one of the tops on, but we'll get to that here in a minute. Ugh. Whoa, that is really zoomed in. Sorry about that. Let me zoom in, zoom out and do this again because I thought that was, whoa. Calm down there, Robey. Okay, here we go, one more time. Ooh. So we're just gonna pop this in, just like that. Okay, cool, and that's popped in. Those are just sitting down as low as they can because they don't have anything holding it in right now. And there you go, guys. Okay, so let's do the peel for this now. There you go, peel's done, guys. Now you can stop being angry about it. Okay, let's grab our screws here. There we go. Getting all the parts in there. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. What are you guys trying to get, a GPU? Okay, there's one. Oh man, that's in, right? J Squared, thank you for the sub. Got a dad joke request here. There we go. I'll do that right after we finish the Mobo stuff. What GPU are you going to do, George? Which one were you guys trying to get? Gamersmith, thank you for the sub. Oh yeah, that's the one that we're using tomorrow. In tomorrow's build. What issue, George Washington? George, that card is $879, man. That is way overkill. That is way overpriced for that card. ROPS is 0.05%. So the ROPS issue is 0.05% in terms of failure rate. And then, I wouldn't count that. And then the performance is on par with is better than a 5080 Super for the same price. I mean, 4080 Super for the same price. I feel like people are being, I'm not saying that it's, you know, is it as bad as, I mean, is it what we kind of hope for? No, but is it bad? No, not if you can get it for $999. That's 0.05%, sorry. It's 0.05%. No, it's 0.05%. So, which is like, NVIDIA and it. So 5% is super low. Yeah, and the other thing too is it's okay. If you paid the markup, you paid the markup. Should you have paid the markup? No. Just don't buy from scalpers, that's the thing. Well, 0.5% is still, sorry, 0.5%. It's 0.5%, yeah. Oh, yesterday they dropped a bunch? So GT Beakerman, they tried to pull them off, right? And then they're just, I mean, again, and people can report them, and the manufacturers are getting them turned around pretty cool. Yeah, pretty quickly. Okay, so we got all those in. I just feel like don't let fear like that and the melting, like the thing is the people who are getting the melting links a lot of times are using third party. Don't use third party. You know what I mean? Look at rated, buy ones that are rated the way that they need to, and you shouldn't have any issues with the 5080 for sure. The 5090 is the only one that, honestly, you should only use the ones that come with GPUs. Ugh. Okay, guys, so we got, there it is. That looks good, right? That looks good in there. Honestly, this board, like, you need something that kind of fills it out, which is, I think, why I'm actually pretty excited about this case and the board. Okay, so let's, now what we need to start doing is, let's undo this nightmare. It does. I'm glad you did too, George, but honestly, if you wanted a 5080, go get a 5080. If it does what you want it to do in games, then you're gonna be happy. And the other thing too is like, don't pay $879 for a card that when you're looking for something that's $999. You know what I mean? Just be patient. You will get it. I just feel like that's the thing. Is like that's always the mantra we have. Just be patient. I know that's hard, but don't don't overpay. And especially if the 5080 was going to get you what you wanted from a performance standpoint, then get a 5080. If a 9070 was going to make you happy, then get a 9070. Just don't, I don't see paying that kind of price for magnetic fans. Whoa. Something fell. What fell? I heard something fall and twist. Huh, that was weird. I'm trying to find what fell. Oh, this did. Oh, okay. Because they forgot to put it in, yeah. All right, here we go. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I went ahead and did our one cable here. Now what we have is we have all of our front panel cables here. Okay, so we undo these. So we definitely need to plug in a SATA cable. So I'm just looking at this because I don't want to miss things that I need to plug in. I mean, the most important thing is find a card that is going to run the games the way that you like them. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. It's what makes me upset, what gets me angry, is that people pretend or get mad or say that cards, there's only one card you can buy. There's only one card. It's, dude, tech is not a one size fits all. Every gamer is different. The games that they play are different, and what their needs are different, right? There are those people who, like, you know, want to play Witcher 4 when it comes out. I mean, GTA 6 just added all of its ray tracing and bloomin' PC support and all that sort of stuff, right? If that matters to you, you know what I mean? Especially for more modern games, you know what I mean? Like, Transformer model and all that sort of stuff, you know, it's at the same time. You just got to decide, like, if you're into single player cinematic titles, still feels like the safe route until FSR4 and all those things to make more headway. It just still makes a lot more sense to stick with NVIDIA. If you play a lot of single player, you play a lot of multiplayer, it's all about just raw frame rate, and all of that stuff doesn't matter to you, then dude, Team Red and the 9070 XT is a great option, right? So I just think people are making it worse than what it is. And the problem is sometimes you just have to kind of cut through the garbage and just make a decision for yourself. Look at the performance numbers and make your call. Don't let people sway you, because honestly, they have their fanboyism and they just want to make you, they want to feel better about their purchase by making you feel bad about yours. You know what I mean? Yeah. If Phanteks Glacier 1 420D30, Be Quiet Silent Loop 3. So we haven't got to review the Silent Loop 3. The Liquid Freezer 3 is good. It's just a little bit of a pain in the butt to install. So if you're looking for price savings, the Phanteks Glacier 1 420D30 didn't do as well as we thought. And honestly, the ASUS ProArt LC420 did pretty good as well. So I think any one of those options, it just really comes down to your budget, Eric. Any of those will be okay. Especially for whatever you're going to kill. 1590s are pricey. Yeah, and the other thing too is, like, here's the deal. I'm gonna say another thing too, because that's our Axis brings up a good point. MFG is really cool if you already have a base frame rate at a certain level. So, like, you know, it's funny because myself, Optimum Tech, there's a number of us who, like, yes, we use MFG. I use MFG in Hogwarts. I use MFG in Star Wars Outlaws. But I'm, you know, on a 5090 and a 5080, your base frame rate is more than good enough to be able to do that. So the experience is nice. The thing is that if you don't need MFG, if that's not important to you, plus all of the other stuff that kind of comes with it, like the updated media engine and all that sort of stuff, then yeah, 40 series is going to be more than good enough. The problem is that they're not, like, there is no new 40 series, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's always goes in there. So. And MFG is multi-frame generation. Okay, guys, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna grab this, so we're gonna mount all our cables. So there's that one. That's our USB 3. So we have HD audio next. We're gonna route this one right here, down here at the bottom. Then we have an integrated front panel header, which I think is great. Integrated front panel, I love it. That's gonna go right here. It's gonna make it easy for that. Next up, we got USB-C. It's gonna go right here. Yep, that's gonna go right there. Perfect. And then one thing that's different about this one, USB, regular USB. This is for the temp control, and we're gonna put that over here like that. And then we have a hub here, and I'm gonna see here. So we have a hub. And let's see if I got what I got lengthwise. Okay, it looks like this can go right here. So this is your hub, and so this cable right here, which is hard to show. So this cable right here is on the back on the Antec Flux. You have an RGB and you have a fan header. Luckily, there's one of those, like, really close here, so we're gonna run this right to that location. Ooh, this is, like, not long enough. I could run it up top. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna run it actually right up here. Ooh, oh yeah, and then I can I'll plug my thing inside of it. Okay, so actually change my mind. I'm actually gonna run this right here. So this is for our hub. And then we'll plug the Panorama SE inside of it. Okay, so I think we actually have all the cables routed, which is awesome. Yeah, the problem that I have with trying to get 5090s from Best Buy is just, you never know when they're gonna drop. And dude, there's just some voodoo going on with some people who are able to figure that stuff out. Okay, here we go, top down here. Okay, so we're gonna route this right here. That's your USB-C. There we go. Next we have our USB 3.2. We'll tighten these out here in a minute. There we go. And then we're gonna take these are our fan hub right here. There we go. And then this one's gonna go right here. Now we can just plug in all our stuff into the back here. And then down here at the bottom, integrated front panel. We go all the way here to the right. And then we have our USB, which is right here. I'm gonna plug that right here into this third spot right here, which is great. This Mobo has freaking I/O and connections for days. Then we have our HD audio, and that's gonna go into the far side here. Okay, let me zoom in so I can show you all this stuff so you guys can see all the connections one more time. Makes it easy. So up here we have, this is our rear fan. So this fan right here. The rear fan is plugged in here, and then this is the fan hub, and then the RGB hub from the back. I actually might do this just to. So that's those connections. Okay. Then next we have our USB 3, and then we have our USB-C. So those are the next connections that are on the board. So those are those two right there. And then down here at the bottom, you can see it just barely above the fans here. You have our front panel connection, which is actually right here. So there's our front panel connection right there. So there's our front panel. Next to that, we have our USB, which is for our front screen. That's right there. And then all the way over here to the left, we have our HD audio cable. So there's all of our stuff. So there is all of the cables. It does look crooked, but it is not crooked. I think it's just leaning a little bit. I'll just replug it in, just check. Nope. Thank you for seeing it. Just leaning a little bit, but it is plugged in all the way. Okay, so let's get all our cables cleaned up. Okay, now to make this mess look a little bit better. Let's grab our bin of Zotac 50 car series. Okay, so let's get this. I hate it when I do that. Twisted this up. Okay, all I did is just unplug the rear fan and just plug it right back where it was. I just didn't want it twisted in with the other cable. Ugh. I guess truth be told, guys, here's the deal. I know people are trying to say, like, make determinations on whether one is going to sell over the other, but it's just way too early to tell. Right now, it's just there's a lot of people who are really angry, and once we kind of get through it and we see what games implement, you know, that has a lot to do with it, right? Like what titles implement, people, you know, like it was one of those things that people said, nobody will turn on DLSS, right? Or nobody will use FSR. And now like, you know, literally above, it's like 95% or some ridiculous number of people enable DLSS at this point in time. So it's just one of those things that we're just gonna have to wait and see. It's for us to talk about what consumers like and don't like. Obviously, 50 series is still flying off the shelves the moment it pops on, right? 90 series, they sold all of them in an hour, right? Minus Micro Center, which was just still waiting for people to just kind of get in and do their business at Micro Center. But it's just, we don't know until we know, right? And the other thing too is some of it just depends on what game developers are actually going to develop and whether that's enough to move the needles. I will say Cyberpunk probably helped NVIDIA and DLSS a ton, right? And the other thing too could absolutely be true for something that we don't know about with their neural rendering and all that sort of stuff. So we're just gonna have to kind of wait and see. I think some people, like the one thing I just don't want people to do is have their confirmation bias end up painting their their picture and understand that, you know, it is what it is what it is, right? So, and it's just not good is the kind of the short of it though too. Is it's like there's nothing ideal about the situation we're in right now. Ugh. So, and I really wish, and I think what we all need is a Micro Center in every city. I think that's really what it's come down to. I'm working on it, George. Yeah, and for the TSMC stuff, like, even though they just signed that deal, dude, it's gonna be forever until we see the benefits of that. Yeah, even if they get built, you know? This is a good point, if they get built. Okay, we're just gonna clean this up a little bit. Yeah, I wish that could be a thing, Track. I mean, there was that other video, remember the two Pokemon dudes? The two old Pokemon guys who were fighting over the refill of a Pokemon vending machine at 10 a.m. and they were fighting over it. Like, dude, it's brutal, but it's also big business, you know what I mean? There's a lot of money to be made. Which is just unfortunate. And like, I wish you could say something like, you know, I wish eBay would ban it or whatever it was, but there's a lot of things that eBay has saved me and like allowed me to get, right? So it's brutal. Brutal. I got like the weirdest tweet. I got the weirdest tweet though today, guys. I'm gonna show you this tweet here in a minute. I want you to read this tweet and tell me what you think of it here in a minute. It was so strange. It was genuinely a strange tweet. I'm gonna show it to you here in a sec. Give me a little bit of break. I forgot to do my dad joke anyway, so it'll give me a chance to do my dad joke and get this cleaned up the way it needs to get cleaned up. Okay, so I'm gonna put this out just because I'm gonna not see it and then I'm gonna forget about it. Okay, so we're gonna stop there. I wanna show you guys this tweet. This genuinely surprised me. And then I'll read I don't even know am I logged into Twitter here? I should be. Nope, I'm going to log in. Okay, I gotta put in my code real quick and then I'll show you this thing. By the way, I think our thing's coming together. Okay, so I did this tweet. Okay, here it is. So I did this tweet today. I said $5.99. I said $5.99 are sold out across all brands. I don't know why it's not in dark mode. It should be. Almost instantly across all brands. The closest card is about 120 more. I see some coming and going, but not sure how many MSRP cards there actually are. Heard a lot of stock at Micro Center. Some have 700 or more cards. This guy, Coach Josh, check this out. Oh, poor me for not being able to sit on my A and have a card shipped to me. AMD sucks, which I didn't say. Meanwhile, Micro Center has a 49070 XT at $599 on their shelves for hours this morning and still have beefier versions available. There is a persuasive marketing and then there's lying. And I was like, what? So I said, I'm not really sure what the point of your post was. You do know that there isn't a Micro Center everywhere and the majority of the population get their cards from e-tailers because it's the only option. You mean people prefer to buy their components online? My guess is that you're not one of the AMD ideal customers. What? How is the company supposed to send off bot farms and buying everything to sell in store? Can't buy in store? Sorry for your FOMO. Must be nice living 8 hours of a Micro Center. Could have made a day out of it. What? I was like, what is, that doesn't even, like, you're not AMD's ideal customer? I was like, dude, I don't even know what that meant. And so few cities have Micro Centers, man. Like, he's just like, basically like, and I don't even know how he said I was a liar. I was like, what is that? Yeah, I was like, what is even happening with this person, right? He was like, I was like, dang, dude. Which reminds me, that guy reminds me, we need a good dad joke to get over that. Okay. What do you call a hippie's wife? What do you call a hippie's wife? What do you call a hippie's wife? Anybody, what do you call a hippie's wife? A Mississippi. A Mississippi. There you go. Dad joke. Bam. Moonbeam. Somebody actually like really tried to answer that. Yeah, I was just like, when I saw that tweet, I was like, I was so taken aback by what he was saying. I was just like, huh? You know what I mean? Like, AMD's ideal customer, like the stuff he's saying. And he was like, what do you mean? He's like, why? Who would buy their stuff online and have it shipped to them? I was like, huh? Dude, that guy was not trolling. That guy was like genuinely mad. That was like one of the first times I've ever seen a comment and was like, I don't, huh? Like, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm glad he got his RTX 5070. Don't tell him that we got ours too, because I think that'd make him mad. So there we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna work on here is hiding these as best I can, which is always the toughest part because like the best way to hide them is to put them underneath this little, and then we'll zip tie. Ooh, that's not what I need. Let me get that out from underneath. Okay. Yeah, it was like genuinely, I agree. I was just like, yeah. Like I genuinely don't even understand the point of this tweet. Other than I've never had, like, I guess I've never met like a Micro Center fanboy. I didn't know you could have retailer fanboys, but that dude was a retailer fanboy. And apparently, guys, if you guys aren't buying your cards from Micro Center, you're not a real customer. Even if you can't, you should drive to Micro Center and get yourself a card. That's the only place you should buy them from. Because if not, you're hurting America apparently, or anything else. I don't know what else you're hurting, but you're hurting it. You're hurting all things. You heard it here, folks. You're hurting all things. Well, okay, let's just be honest. The current market right now is seriously just a problem. And it's not even just some of it is just, I'd say that some of it is out of our control. Like the whole tariff thing, that is brutal. And that is having real impact to like real companies right now. Like, you know what I mean? Who are just trying to make head or tail of all of this stuff. And it's just like, it's making it hard. And the other two is the people who are seeing the impacts are in some ways us, right? Yeah. I actually visit, there are things that I still get at retailers, right? Like I've yet to have a really good experience getting clothing not at a brick and mortar store, you know? That's just because I'm a fat boy. So I think if I was like built like a god, you know what I mean? I mean, this dad bod, it needs personal fitting, you know? I just don't want fanboyism in general, right? Like, to be a fanboy of a company, like, companies don't care. I mean, as somebody who worked at Xbox for 20 years, like, they drove me nuts. I'd watch people who are like, you know, they're like, dude, I defend you guys. It's like, you don't have to defend us. Let us just, you know what I mean? It's just like, be good. Just be kind, guys. That's what you need to do. Be kind to other people. If they get something they love, that's what I was trying to do today, man. I was like, awesome, you got a card you wanted. That's great. That's like the best thing for everybody, is that you actually get something you actually wanted at a good price. Congratulations, you know? What's your question about RAM? We're having a therapy session here. I just think people need to be okay with what they buy. And just be okay with your purchase decision and let that be enough. Oh, dude. Oh, man. I was part of why I was part of the reason why there was no BR in Halo. Which is funny. If RAM kit comes in 2 RAM in 1 kit, but your motherboard support, do you need to buy 2 kits? Here's the deal. If you're gonna buy a RAM kit and you wanna have 4 things of RAM, you need to buy RAM that includes 4 kit. Yeah, usually those things have a better chance of running at the same speed. You do not need 4, no. Actually, 2 is ideal because of, that's why some of the fastest motherboards only have 2 RAM slots. If you're going to, just make sure you buy the same brand and preferably the same model of kit. But it's better to buy 4 by whatever, or buy the kit together for better chances of it running at speed. And honestly, getting DDR5 to run it with 4 right now is actually it's getting better, but it is still not a thing. It's still not like, that's why you haven't seen us fill in all the RAM slots all the time. I was not able, I don't know what, so from what I understand, and it's not confirmed, I do have I have an AMD at some point in time coming 9070 and 9070 XT. I'm assuming it's a Prime and a TUF. I have a ASRock Taichi 9070 XT. I have the white ASRock, another white ASRock 9070 XT. And then I have a Sapphire, I don't think it's a Pulse, I think it's it might be an XFX 9070. I do not have a Sapphire Pulse. So, but we are I mean, all in all, like, I think we got 1 card at MSRP. And then I have another card coming from AMD. We haven't gotten it yet. We have another card coming from AMD that is a 9070 XT, but I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, we have the Steel Legend, yeah. And then I'm waiting for ASUS to confirm what 9070 and 9070 XT I'm getting from them. They are trying to get me one. Okay, let's go to top down here. Guys, how does that look? Does that look better? Do you approve, George Washington? That looks much cleaner, yeah? Now we still haven't done our AIO yet, but we did get all of those in and they look good. Let's see what else. Let's get our AIO in. Oh. And here it looks good. It's nice and clean here, which I care about. Here it's good. That looks good. Everything looks clean. It's important. Okay. Now what I need to do is I'm gonna put this back. We're gonna get to this part here in a minute. Now, one of the things I learned by looking at the instructions, I read instructions, so you can actually take this off, and then we'll mount our AIO to it. Yes, I really did. I really like ASUS ROG GPUs, and I really like ASUS ROG Mobos. My thing is just if you're going to do ASUS ROG, make sure that you have an ASUS ROG Mobo. I don't like to mix and match just for RGB purposes. I try not to mix and match brands. Okay, guys, so we got our AIO out. I like it. I like it when you can easily work on things independently. So let's grab our panorama. Panorama. Okay, now one thing I forgot, because I'm dumb, is I forgot, that's what I did. I forgot to grab this thing, so I'm gonna grab that out. There we go. Okay, let's grab our trikes here. Now the screen just comes off, which is awesome. So if you have kind of like a more low profile pump here, now, ASUS also has a version of a panorama. It'll be for their BTF style stuff. They have a retail, we got to see at CES. So there are more people coming out with these panorama style screens as well. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, George, that's why if I was gonna recommend, I would recommend, unless you get like a prime or non-RGB GPU, I'd recommend having it match. Though I will say ASUS does support Windows Dynamic Lighting, so if you wanted to not even worry about that and just have it all controlled by Windows, you could absolutely do that. I might not put all the screws on this yet because I probably am going to move this AIO, it looks like. Okay, so there's a cable here. So these are all daisy chained. And there's a cable back here at the end. Let's see what these cables are here. Okay, so there's one cable at the end. Okay, so this is how you control all your RGB and stuff. So you just need to add this cable in there. Yeah, Vistage, it's like, I know Falcon is a huge fan of it. It's the thing is like, it seems to like, it ends up being problematic, I'll be honest. So I'm okay, and it's especially now that ASUS has made Armory Crate more light, it's been less of a concern for me. Yeah, I also understand some people, like, they just have different, they don't like certain things, and that's okay. Yes, we have built in the 7000D. We've done a number of builds inside of that case, Eric, for sure. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Let's see how this all fits together. That was why I was like, started to put all these in, and I was like, I might want to, whoops, wow. I might want to end up moving this. Okay, so this is going to go up here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, which camera am I on? Side. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is take this, I'm gonna plug this into our CPU header, because I want the fans to be controlled by the CPU header. The RGB I'm actually gonna run to the back. Oopsie, oopsie. There we go. Okay, the question is, I want to push this over a little bit. Let's see how far I want to push it over here. I don't want it blocking the beautiful screen. There we go. There you go. That should be, that feels nice right there. You can still see that pretty heavily, which is nice. And the other thing, I don't like it. I don't like the swoop on the RAM. So it really comes down to however you put your hoses, how you see fit. I like them on this side. Hey, Sergeant Nobody, 25 subs. Burge Beezer, Najia 10. I missed it. OG Tickle Stick. Thank you very much. GT Tickle Stick, thank you very much for the sub as well. You guys are rock stars. Appreciate you. Do not need to do that, but thank you. Sergeant, well, I don't feel like I gave enough. Guys, I feel like sometimes I'm a terrible friend to you guys. Just trying to balance it all, I'll be honest. And I really appreciate all the people who come and tune in every week. I never take it for granted. Just flat out never take it for granted. Those of you who've been with me for so long, you are amazing people. And I try to be authentic with you guys. I try to be honest. I try to be just Robey. And that's really all I can do, you know? By the way, in Need of Temperance, did you get It Was Delivered thing? I know that you sent the box. And I told my team to go get it. And they're like, so did you get a confirmation of delivery? Okay. I was talking to them and they were like, so anyway, I'm gonna have them, we will make sure that it's here tomorrow. I will tell my team to go to the post office again because they seemed really lost. So I'm sorry about that. Okay. I can, Araxis, what's up? You're a good time too because I'm just putting this last screw in. You have two 5090 FE. If I commission, could you use one in the build? Oh, because you want a 5090 FE? Well, I mean, we could just, if you want to do a commission, we can get you a 5090 FE. That's another option. If you want one, Araxis, let's just try it. And I can work on that. If that's what you want, buddy. We've never not been able to build a build. We've never not been able to get a card. I just don't know, and so far, I mean, like, they've been dropping them, so I can find out when they're gonna drop them again and get you one for sure. But we only do that when we do commissions, for sure. So I just wanna make that really clear. People are probably like, oh, well, get me a FE. It's like, I'm not saying that I'm a GPU dispenser. That makes sense, okay. All right, guys, let's get this installed. Now this has a weird, because this doesn't have anything holding it on, it'll be easier to install this way while it's sending up. I don't like doing it this way normally, but it's just kind of how this AIO is designed. So we're gonna take all these out and then install our AIO. There is no thermal paste, and I have peeled the bottom. Yeah, I haven't heard about any 50, I haven't even asked about 50 series BTF, but I assume they're coming. Okay, I haven't taken the bottom out of this, so I lied. Now I've taken the plastic off of it. Now, one thing about this pump that people were worried about was with the with this was that they were concerned. Oh wow, okay, so this is still got an AIO thing. I'm gonna put it upside down, which is fine, because I want the cable up there. Is that this AIO does actually have its own processor on it, and it has its own RAM and stuff, which is supposed to take some of the load off of the CPU. So just something to be aware of, guys. Okay, I feel like this was supposed to go underneath, maybe? Okay, let me check. Got a little bit of thing on that, but that should be fine. I'm gonna check something, because I feel like where's my box? Oh, it's right here. Hey, Raptor, thank you for the sub. I think these go underneath. I don't think they go on top. Nope, they really do go on top. Okay. Really? Feels so weird. Step 2, yeah, no, they go on top. I was right. Okay. Wow, it just didn't seem that way, but okay. Whoa, where do I? There it is. Okay, next one, we're gonna put it on the other side here. This really is not as straightforward as it should be for the installation here. Okay, once you get 2 on, the rest end up being way easier, but it's just a little bit difficult to get it done the first time. Okay, once you get it in, it becomes a whole lot easier after that. Okay, so now it's in. Plug that in, run it up. Okay, then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna run one little zip tie back here just to secure all these cables. And then our AIO is really close to done. So all I did was plug in the AIO to the second CPU header, which is fine. The cool thing is about the connector stuff is like for the fan things and everything, it's really straightforward. There we go. Okay, cool. So we got that in now. Okay, now let's tighten this down. First thing we're gonna do before I do that is go ahead and put this back on. So Trikes is in. Put this back in so it doesn't fly off like a crazy thing. There we go. Okay. Okay, so all that's in. Put this down. I'm going to top down here. Just want to make sure cables are not visible. That's important to me. Okay, now let's tighten this all the way down. Yes, I know the Trikes is backwards, but I'm going to be putting the I can switch the screen to whatever direction I want. Tighten this all the way down. Okay, that's all the way tight now. Gonna take our little screen here. Undo this. Najia, yes, you absolutely. You just reach out to me, email me, and we can have that conversation. Absolutely. And you do not need to buy your parts. Like if you already have the case, I can understand you're like, I already have the case, but we'd prefer you do not buy your parts. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, so that goes down. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, they really don't want your they don't want your tubes on that side. Okay, so I want the tubes to swoop this way, but they would rather have the tubes not there. So if I want, I mean, I guess what I'm gonna do the waterfall mode, but if you were gonna do this, the thing is that really kind of it doesn't look like they want tubes on this side. So I'm gonna do the waterfall mode because that's kind of the cool way to do it. But if you wanted to do the sideways mode, we want to rotate the tubes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I can put them down, maybe the better mode here. Put new thermal paste and all that stuff on. Okay. A little bit of live and learn there, right? First time where like tubes have been like, oh, I didn't realize that, so. Problem is I'm really worried this whole back plate's gonna fall, but, ooh. Yep, I gotta undo it. Zip tie here. Oh shoot, that was, yep, that's when, there goes the back plate. There we go. We got a good coverage of the thermal paste, but now we're gonna have to reapply it. Our car scene is gone. Okay, there's that. Make sure our thermal paste is appropriately applied. A little bit more thermal paste. Usually they have they'll put like screws or whatever it was, something that holds it into place. It just makes it harder because if you're gonna, I'm not one of those people who likes to put AIOs on before I put them inside the build. Some people do, but this is definitely one that I'd say if you really had to, might want to do it before you put it in the build. Okay, thermal paste reapplied. Energy XP, thank you for the sub. Okay, let's do this one more time. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Okay. Okay, so they want it like this, which would be weird. I guess you could. I mean, that doesn't look bad. It's got a nice little hole there. The other option is I could do this, which is fine. Still lets me rotate it, so maybe this is the best option here. And then we run this through and up. Oh, shoot. Dude, this is so not the easiest AIO to install this way. Wow. Man, it's staying on the freaking... Stay on the thing, dude. Maybe this one will go first. Okay, I think I have a successful one thing on. Why is it being so hard here? Okay, got one. No, 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 no. Gosh darn it. Okay, got it. It's really important. I just got it. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Okay, I got it. I got, just took a little bit of work. It's a little bit of a, this was in our review, which we brought up. It's just one thing when you have to do it live. Okay, one more. Okay, got it. Okay, let's get this installed now. Okay, cool. top down. Okay, guys, we got it. That was a lot of work. Okay, there we go. Cool. Now what we can do, we can take our screen and you can go sideways or whatever. So we're gonna go the right way here. There we go. There we go. Okay, screen is installed. Now we can get the rest of this squared away. Side. All right, guys, there we go. So we got that now. We're gonna run this up. Luckily, this thing has 3 USB. There we go. Okay. Okay, so what we did is we just plugged the screen cable that's running up here. It runs down and under. Runs down and under, down to here, and then plugs into the second USB spot. So I go to top down here. I'll see if I can show you. See if that actually works. So right here, that's actually where it's plugged in right here. It's like blocked by the thing, but that's where it's actually at, is right down there. So there's a cable, you see the second USB. So now let's get this in and get these last cables managed, and then we're in good shape here, guys. Okay, so this is off of the trikes fans. We're gonna take this and run this in. This is gonna run to our USB, our HDMI, our RGB hub. There we go. Okay, and then what we're going to do now is we're just going to run this in with this. There we go. Okay. There we go, guys. Build in. Okay. Okay, that takes care of that. I feel like this one, we might, just because it's the AIO stuff. Oh, that's plugged in here already. Replug that in. I just don't want it all. I'm not a guy who likes tangled cables. I want cables to be where it makes sense, like this. Come on. There you go. There we go. There we go. Gets that one in. Now, run this through. Okay, let's plug this back in. Ooh. Where we had it, didn't change anything, just all we did was make sure it wasn't tangled up with the other cable. Okay. So I'm going to do here is route this nicely and tight. Get it nice and tight here. So it's its own cable thing here. We'll also run, this is where we'll run our PSU as well. Those cables will run alongside this. I just want this separated from the other cable here. Now this will get buried with the PSU cables. So the PSU cables will be on top of this and then come over. So right now it's just kind of there, but AIO is now fully in and integrated into the build, which is great. Oops. Okay, so now our AIO is completely set up. And this is how the build's looking so far. Looking pretty good, right? What do you guys think? Looks nice. Doesn't it feel like, maybe it's just how no, it's straight, okay. Looks good. Okay, cool. Let's get this little mess picked up real quick. Get it all cleaned up. Okay, let's get all this put away here. You got to keep a clean workspace, guys. I think I have it all here. Okay. Oh, how are we doing? What do you guys think? So just as a reminder, what we have inside of this PC, somebody asked me a question, and I'll look at it here and it said, Intel Core Ultra 9 285K. We have the ASUS ROG Strix Z890-E motherboard. The graphics card is the ASUS ROG Astral NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 OC. We have the Kingston Fury 4 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe drive, the Kingston Fury Renegade 48 gig, 8400 megatransfer CUDIMM RAM. We have the Antec Flux Pro, the Trix Panorama SE360, and then we're using the ASUS ROG Strix Aura Edition 1000 watt PSU. So those are all the parts that are inside of the build we are building today. So yeah, I've heard really good things about this case, and honestly, Antec's been like, Robey, when are you going to build in it? And honestly, it's fun to actually have a build that actually kind of fits it. So pretty excited to get to do this build in it. So, okay, get rid of that. What else I got? I got just making sure I get rid of all the extra stuff so I can just get back to building. Okay, guys, next part is the ROG Astral. We're gonna put the Astral inside of this, which, and this thing is gonna have a lot of peels. And I have not opened an Astral before, so I'm actually pretty excited to check this out. Does this have a peel on it? It doesn't look like it does. Okay, cool. Okay, so here it is, guys. The ROG Astral 5080 is a big, big GPU. We've done a review on it, and it hasn't been in a build yet, but we have done a review on it and everything, so. Quad fan design. Let's go to top down. Okay, inside of this, dude, this has got a big box. Okay, so inside, we've got a, whoa, is this a coin? Is this like a challenge coin? So you have an ROG challenge coin instead of the ring. You got your standard controller here. You got your ROG. We're gonna see if we need it. We'll see if we need a sag bracket there. You also get your ROG. Oh, here, this is cool. This is what comes with it. It comes with a little mini GPU, which is pretty little neat. It's got some cable stuff here, and then it also has its three cable. It's the extension for the whole thing. So that's what comes inside of it as extra. And that, yeah, it comes with a ruler. It doesn't look like it's for a keyboard. It might be. It might be an inner key. Okay, so there's that. So that's what comes with extra. And then underneath this, here's the card itself, which is a beefy boy. Oh my gosh, it's so big. Oh my Lord. Wow. That is huge. Oh my gosh. Holy wow, that is 4 slots, guys. 4 slots. My Lord. Look at that. Wow. That is a beefy boy, guys. Now water cool it. Yeah, it's the same cooler as the 5090. I'm having heart palpitations. Yeah, that's a pretty card. Okay. Where's the cover that I had for this thing? Oh, it's up here. Okay. Wow, that is quite the it's quite the opening there, guys. Time to plug the computer into the GPU. I like it. I'm excited to play with the liquid cooled one. We have a couple builds with the LC, they're AIO ones, both with the Astral from ASUS and the Liquid Supreme from MSI. We have both of those cards. I've been told from ASUS that we're supposed to get the Liquid Supreme, which would be cool. Okay, 4 slots, ladies and gentlemen, 4 slots. This is gonna take up this whole thing. Oh, actually, it only takes 2 of the things, so it should look. I don't know if I need to take all of this out, sorry. It's the heart in need of temperance. I have a 5090 Liquid Supreme, yes, and a 5090. We're supposed to have a 5090 LC Astral too. So the 5080s I have the 5080 Zotac. They're beautiful. They're showcase one. Wow, come on. So this might have to come out, okay. And then I have the Master from Oris. We have the Astral, the Tough. And then we have, for 5090s, we have the Liquid Supreme, the Zotac, the FE, and the, and we have 4. We have 4 5090s. All right, here we go, guys. You guys ready? I don't even know if I'm ready. Oh my Lord. Wow. There it is. It actually looks really good in this case. PNY is sending them, yes. They're just going to be later. They had the delay, but yes, we will have PNY. We'll have all the PNY cards. Eventually, we'll have all of them. But I do know that some of it is just like it's customer focused right now, and it's really hard when you're waiting for more. Like. Really, it's about getting into customers' hands. I mean, they want to see them in builds, of course, as well, but right now, people just need to get their cards. Okay, so there it is, guys. That is so pretty. And I think, I don't know, we'll have to see. I'm gonna pop it in here. Oh, dude, it's not gonna fit. Now, luckily, I have a smaller one. I don't know. Let's question is, let's see. Here we go. Does it sag? It is not sagging, guys. It is not sagging. Dude, that thing is not sagging. That thing is absolutely straight. That looks so good in there. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a small support bracket for it, or what we call the GPU bra. Question is, where are all of them? Oh, here they are. No, those are, oh, here they are. GPU stand. What color is this one? Luckily, I have all the GPU stands. Perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly what I need. Opened a little bit. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit of support right there just to make sure there is no sag. But honestly, I'm really impressed with how much it doesn't sag already. You just have to buy the right size one GSX Therapy. We'll get you a link. I don't know if I think Tom is still here. They're called GPU stand. They're from NKO Max, right? So they're from NKO Max, and they're small. NKO Max. So we'll get you a link. And I love them. I have a bunch of them, and they're nondescript, and they have different sizes, short and tall like that. Okay, here we go. Just putting stuff back away so we don't lose it. Hold on one sec, guys. The wife is calling. You're live on the stream. What's up?
Well, hey, everyone.
They're saying, hey. What's going on? No, we probably still have about an hour left. Then I'll be free. Okay?
Are the kids home?
I have no idea. I've been streaming since 2.
Okay. I'll see you soon.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
She wanted to know if I was free, guys. Okay. Got that put away. Now is the time for the GPU. GPU time, guys. Yeah, I should have said, wait, I have kids? See you later, Najia. Okay, guys, there it is, the build so far. I think it looks really good. Honestly, very, very happy with how this is coming out. Better than I kind of anticipated, and I had good anticipation already. So, yeah, it's going to be cool to see this all lit up. Okay, let's get our very, very excited about using this PSU. This is a good PSU. Now, we need SATA. And our 24-pin, our CPU pins, that's kind of it. There's not a lot that we need here. Ugh. Ugh. So this is a cybernetics and a 80 plus gold. Get all the zip ties out of it. Okay, we have the screws. Okay, so there we go. One couple of the zip ties didn't come out there. There we go. Okay, so let's put that back. Let's put that back. Get our 4 screws out. I think we're just gonna do it normal, guys. I think I'm okay with normal. Because I want the RGB to kind of shine through, so I'm gonna do normal for the PSU mount instead of sideways. Okay, here's our cables, which I love. They're just like the Tough. This is our 8-pin, 16-pin cable. We don't need this. SATA. Ooh, we do need a SATA though. So I need one of those. There's our 16-pin to 16-pin cable. We do need one of those. Need one of these. SATA. PCIe, SATA, CPU, and then we need our 24-pin. That's all the cables we need. Yeah, they're great. I love these cables. Okay. They're so easy to cable manage, which is what I like about them. The other thing too is you almost, like, just because of how it is, you don't need cable extensions for a black one, so it actually ends up, they end up being very attractive looking in a build, even without cable extensions. So, okay guys. I'm gonna grab my different faceplate because we're not gonna do side mounting PSU or anything like that. Okay, we need the regular mountain plate. There we go. Okay guys, let's pop this in here. So given that this is gonna go, okay, so I'm gonna make sure we have the right direction here. Oh, you know what I didn't see? I gotta check. I gotta get the RGB cable. There was one cable I did not have on lockdown, guys. Yeah, you're not wrong, Jen, about the PSU mounting options. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's get we need to get our RGB cable, which is in here, which I forgot. There's one cable. There's always something I'm gonna forget, guys. It just happens. It's like, oh yeah, I need that cable, that one cable that lets me do the RGB. There it is right there. It's our RGB cable, which allows us to control all the RGB for the PSU. 3 separate times in less than 10 minutes. Oh, what was that, the ad? Was there just a lot of ads for some reason? There we go. Okay. Now we have all the cables we need. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make this build. Okay, so flip this over. .24 pin first. Take a small break, get a little bit of water. Ah, so good. Okay, back to top down. RGB cable right here. There we go, RGB. Next up, 16 pin cable, because why not, right here. There we go. Next up, CPU cable. Last cable is our SATA. And there we go. Okay, so let's go to side view. Dang it. This wants it the other way. Okay. Oh. There you go. Okay. PSU is in. Now it is just time to route and connect our last cables, and then we'll do our cable management here. First one, CPU. It's gonna go on the top here. Put this out of the way so I don't hurt it. On the top corner up here. Come on. There we go. Okay, so that one's plugged in. Next up, 24 pin. It's gonna go right here. On the side here. I can put this back now. There we go. Okay, 24 pin plugged in. RGB could actually go all the way up here. But should I, or should I just plug it in down here? I think we're just gonna go ahead and, nope, wow. I would not be able to reach that. Let's go ahead and route this all the way, whoa. Route this up here to the RGB pin. We're just routing this to the RGB hub in the back. This is RGB for the PSU. There we go. Next, we got last cable we need is the GPU cable. And that's just going to go right here. Make sure it's plugged in all the way. And just like that. Not touching anything, which is great. Okay. Then the last cable we take care of in the back. Okay, guys, all of our cables are plugged into the front here. Now we just need to make sure they look nice. We'll work on that here first, and then we'll finish out the build with just getting our cable management done and making it look pretty. So the first thing I need to do is just make sure this cable, which is our PSU. Just want to make sure this looks very nice. It's very important to me. No ugly cables. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure how it looks from the front. Okay, so what we're gonna do just to give it a little bit of pizzazz, everybody say pizzazz with me, is we're gonna give a couple of these zip ties just to kind of give it a little bit of cleanliness here. And this is just to create some uniformity around the cabling. Okay, create that uniformity we want. And I just need to get this into I'm gonna go ahead, I think I've got, so I have some room here. I'm trying to find a good tie down spot here on the side to give it some support here. I might tie it, okay. I got one place I can put it. Okay, let's go to top down now that I've got figured out what I'm gonna do here. Ugh. You guys can see what I'm actually doing now. So the thing I need to do is I just need to make sure this is pulled taut. So luckily, right here in the center, there is a tie down spot. Shoot. There we go, okay. And this is to create the tugness that I need for this. There we go. That makes that nice and tight. Okay. Then what we have is we have this, which is our single SATA cable. This powers the hub. So that'll take care of this. Okay. This needs to go in here. There we go, guys. Okay, all of that is good. Okay, there's that. Now we just need to make sure that these are tight and clean. Kind of the last part of cleaning this up. Oh shoot, oh, I almost forgot one cable. The kind of a non-important one, but important one at the same time. RGB for the PSU, believe it or not. There you go. Push this under here. There we go. Oh shoot. That thing is not gripping all that well. Oh, wow. There you go. Okay. Okay, we're just running this cable down so it's where it needs to be. There we go. Okay. Nope, I'm putting it in backwards. Okay, cool. Cables are all run now. Okay, it looks like this is not going to be, this is a little too tight for this. Okay. Oh, that is like just barely, it's like barely long enough in terms of for cabling and for fun activities. There's not a whole lot of zip tying that can be done here because there's not a whole lot of excess cable. It's like this PSU has just the right cable length for this build. Okay guys, well there is the build all finished and plugged in. So it looks nice and clean there. Pretty straightforward. The bottom also looks nice and clean, just coming to a thing. I'm probably just gonna zip tie that real quick. Just create some uniformity right here. Could create a little bit right there too. There we go. Okay, there we go. Only thing, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and zip tie that to right there. So that way you just have something a little bit cleaner. There we go. Okay, there we go. So all the cables are cleaned up. Ugh. So when you zoom out a little bit, there's your build. Pretty clean, and the PSU is not upside down. If you turn it the other way, when you look at the front, which I can show you here in a second, the front would not show a cleanup. So this is the back. When you look at the front, you can see that the PSU is not crooked. Oops, crud. Forgot about that. Where did I put it? So, I just need to fix this. Now if I turn these, get a nice clean uniform cable look here. Oh shoot. And then I think what I want to do yeah, it fell down. I forgot that because it's not sealed. So I'll take care of that here in a second. I'm gonna fix that. Okay, one more little cable here. There we go. Perfect. There you go, nice and clean GPU cables as well. All that looks clean. Now I just need to find my GPU sag bracket that fell back somewhere. Where's my GPU sag bracket? Oh, there it is. It fell on the side of the case. Okay. And there we go, guys. Ugh. Oh, there we go, right there. Build is finished. And there you go. Nice and clean looking build, all up. I would never do that on a 12 Astral. Why? Never do what? It looks clean. All right. The zip tie, why? You just have it, it's to make it look like it's intentional versus just having it sit out there. It adds a bit of cleanliness to the whole thing. Okay, let's get the, why does it feel like it Does it go? No, it feels like it goes this way. Feels like that's the way to do it. Oh, I think it goes, oh, that's why, because the bottom goes first. Okay, top goes first. Okay, good. The cable doesn't have tension on it, guys. Dude, there's no tension on this cable. It's loose as heck. All I'm doing is putting the cables together. And the thing that most people have been talking about with getting on fire is using extensions. This is an extension. It's a 650 plus watt rated GPU cable. It's actually higher than that. So I think the problem is that what you're talking about when most people talking about catching on fire is they're basically using cable extensions, and we're not using cable extensions, guys. We're using stock PSU cables for an 80 plus rated PSU on 1,000 watts. Ugh. And there we go. Yeah, we're using the case is air, I mean, it's got 140 millimeter fans, 2 fans feeding the GPU directly, plus 3 fans and another 140 millimeter. This is a fantastic airflow case. That's why, and it's $189, which is another reason why we put this very expensive build inside of it. Yeah, there's a lot to, this build is going to look really cool when we're all said and done. That baby can fit some of your. Okay, so let's do our sponsor real quick, and then we'll boot it up and go from there. Then we'll show you thermals and all that fun stuff. And yeah, this came out really clean, guys. Came out very clean. I don't know. Tom might be able to answer that question if this case comes in white. The ProArt case is awesome. Yeah, we've done builds in that case too. Okay. Okay, let's give it a gander here. Okay, here we go. Ugh. So you get finished with a build like this, and you've already spent $4,100 on the PC, but you want to add Windows to it. Well, I mean, if you pick up the copy of Windows at someplace like Newegg or Best Buy, you can pay as much as $160. But here at VIP-CDKdeals.com, you can pick up copies of Windows for as little as $32.95. But if you hit Buy Now, and you hit Buy Now again, and you use code RBCK at checkout, what was $32.45 drops all the way down to $22.71, which means you'd have to buy what is essentially 6 copies of Windows. Yes, these are single-use OEM keys. They are legit keys, but at the same time, as long as you don't change any major hardware, these keys won't expire or anything like that, so no problem whatsoever. But even if you did, like I said, you'd have to buy 6 keys to make up the cost of buying one in full retail. The other thing too that is also nice is now they've added Office 365. So if you go over here, Office 365, you can actually pick up a copy of Office 365 for 5 devices. Usually this is $243 if you were paying for the Office 365 subscription. But here you can get 5 devices for 1 year for $45.97. Again, use code Buy Now and same code RBCK at checkout. And what was actually $45.97 drops all the way down to $32.18, which is a significant savings. Again, these have been I actually, when I worked at Microsoft, we had these verified. They are legitimate keys. If you have questions, you can, they have great customer service, and we've literally had thousands and thousands of people use these keys over here at Robeytech. So if you have questions, feel free to just ask in chat because people use it all the time. Anyway, VIP-CDK deals, use code RBCK at checkout for an opportunity to save money on Office and on Windows. So, yeah, you meant price. I think what you meant Araxness. Okay, the other thing I want to tell you about is Robeytech.com. First and foremost, the first thing I'm going to tell you, please uninstall Honey. Honey and Karma. If you are using Honey and Karma, first and foremost, they are not finding you the best deal. What they're doing is they're giving money to PayPal. And if you love to support creators, it is hurting creators like myself, Jay's 2 Cents, Gamers Nexus, Linus Tech Tips, right? So it's just literally robbing from us. So please do us a favor. Please do us a favor and uninstall Honey and uninstall Karma, and go from there. So. Also, I want to let you guys know, maybe you can't support me by doing a subscription like so many of you guys have, and that's totally okay. But one thing you can do is when you're doing your regular shopping, head over to Robeytech.com, just click on one of these links like Amazon, Newegg. What it does is it takes you to the website. It doesn't cost you any additional money, but what it does do is it does give us a nice little affiliate kickback. It's just a great way of also supporting us while you doing your shopping. It doesn't cost you any more money, but it does give us a nice little boost. Also, if you're ever curious about builds, like for instance, you like one of the builds or you want to commission one of the builds, you can head over to Robeytech.com, go down to here to the bottom, and you can actually, I think it's at the bottom, you can just click on this commission. So you're like, hey, Robey, I'd love to build a build just like this. Head over to commissions, click on email me, and we can get it scheduled and get it taken care of. Also, if you want to look for a particular build, you're like, oh, I'd love to look at the Corsair 3000D or the Antec Flux. Just search for it. So you're like, oh, I love the ASUS, the ProArt. So here we'll just do a search on ProArt, hit search. Here's the ProArt, where is it? ProArt, NVIDIA, maybe this one was it? No, that's not it. We did a build in the ProArt. So anyway, if you do a search, this is one using the LC360. So again, you can take a look and see if you like a particular case. So for instance, maybe I just want to build inside of the actual just inside of the Antec, in any Antec build. So you can do a search here for Antec, hit search, and then you can say, here's the Flux build, here's an 1800 Flux build, here's a wood build, here's an ARGB build, and all the parts and everything is there. So it's a great place to come and check out, see other builds, get inspiration, and then you can remix them, and then at the same time, the video's there, so if you want to follow along, you can do that as well. Let's see what deals. Last thing. We have a PC for sale. It's a i9-14900K RTX 4090 BTF build. We're actually selling it not for $3,700. We're selling it for $3,400. So we'll get this changed. $3,400 all in. That's everything. It comes with an ROG. It comes with a 4090, a 14900K, all of these parts. Literally, if you want to buy a build, we're just trying to find it a good home. $3,400 all in, including shipping. Just reach out to us. Email me on Robeytech. We'll get it out to you right away. It's ready to go out. It's beautiful. It's just waiting for an owner, guys, is all it is. So please do me a favor. Please buy it so we can get it off to somebody. Okay, let's see what deals Tom's got for us today. RK Royal Kludge R75 wired mechanical keyboard, 75%. There it is right there, $44.99. I love these keyboards. Silicon Power, 2 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe drive, assuming not, it's probably DRAM-less. 5,000 megabits and 4,800 megabits per second. If you want to look right there, on sale right now, $93.99. So if you're looking to upgrade your storage, gaming storage would be fine. You'll see a little bit of a performance drop given that it doesn't have the DRAM cache, but it's nothing major versus the savings. G.Skill Triton Z5, this is 32 gigs at 6,000 mega transfer, on sale $87.99. This is good RAM. I'm assuming it's probably CL38 or CL40. The Gigabyte X870 Aorus Elite Wi-Fi 7 Ice. This is on sale, $264.99, and you get an NV3 1 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe drive. That is a heck of a deal for an X870 board, especially for $264. Acer Nitro 27-inch 1440p monitor, $100 off, making it $199 for a 27-inch 240 hertz monitor. And then the C920X, if you're ever looking for an HD Pro webcam, this is on sale right now, $66.85 over at Amazon. Okay, so this Mobo deal is crazy. And then also, I love these two things too, especially if you're looking for a new build. So anyway, some really, really good deals. Everybody say thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom, for finding some really good deals for us. So, hammer time? Yeah. Ugh. Okay. So let's pop that in there, get this out of the way. Ugh. And then again, just as a reminder, because some people are asking, what are the parts inside of this build? The parts inside of this build, when it's upside down, okay. We have the Intel Core Ultra 9 285K. We have the ASUS ROG Strix E Gaming Wi-Fi, which is a beautiful motherboard. We've had a lot of fun with this. Tons and tons of I/O. The ASUS ROG Astral NVIDIA RTX 5080 OC is the GPU that's inside of this. We have the Kingston Fury Renegade 4TB Gen 4 NVMe drive. For RAM, we've got Kingston Fury Renegade 48 gigs at 8400 megahertz. So this is CUDIMM RAM. The Antec Flux Pro is the case. For the cooler, we're using the Trix Panorama SE 360 AIO, and then the ASUS ROG Strix Aura Edition 1000 watt PSU. So new GPU, new MOBO, and new AIO inside of this, all relatively recently released. Oh, plus CUDIMM RAM as well. So zip tie count, that's right, I forgot to count. Let's do that right now. Almost forgot, guys. Okay. Zip ties, zip ties. Ugh. Okay, so let's go to top down really quick and get this out of the way. So we zoom in on it, top down. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 24. 24. It is even today, guys. 24 beautiful zip ties sacrificed for the beauty of this build. 24 zip ties. There we go, guys. Okay. We're going to go ahead and skip the will it post because I don't want to wait for things, so we'll skip the will it post. But it is even. Okay, 24 zip ties, guys. Now's the moment you've all been waiting for. We're going to turn this bad boy on. Ugh. Grab our keyboard and our mouse here. Was even, guys, sorry. We are gonna have to install the Canali SE, I just realized, to use that. Luckily, you have like 9 gajillion I/O ports on the back of this. No issue with finding some place to plug in all of our stuff here. Okay. It's 2 HDMI ports, which is nice. There's our thing. Okay, everything's ready. Okay, here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I forgot to turn on the power. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's spinning. There it is. Oh, wow. It's got a big RGB bar. And there it is. There's that beautiful screen. And it is officially lit up. You can see the PSU in there as well. We're just waiting to see if it posts, is the question. So we're going to capture here. There it is, guys. It is already posted. Not that you guys bet on it or anything like that, but yeah, there you go. Okay, we're going to jump into the BIOS real quick. Okay, there we go. Just make sure everything's set up. Now, one thing that I don't know if you know about this, check this out. So this is actually the Q board. Oh, you guys don't see anything. Why? Oh, this is something that's super cool. This is their new Q dashboard, what it does is it actually shows you what's plugged into what. So if you ever have any questions, you can see here, I've got stuff plugged into USB E1, USB 3. I've got my memory plugged in, CPU fan optional, AIO pump, channel fan. See the CPUs in there. You can also see stuff that's plugged into our USB slots. It also, if you had SAT or anything like that, it would highlight that as well. So it's really, really neat in terms of looking at stuff and making sure, hey, am I getting the right connections and all that kind of jazz at the same time. And then you can also look at things specifically, like here's your M.2. You can actually see I've got one thing plugged into M.2, and then here's your fans. Then when you click on these fans, you can see that the device is present as here. So this is actually saying AIO pump is present. And then you can actually go to here and actually change all your fan curves and all that sort of stuff. And you can even do things like have things ton to both your GPU and your CPU, which is actually pretty neat. So there's actually a lot that you can do with the new BIOS stuff that they've updated from here, which is actually really, really cool. So even though I have right now my AIO, I should probably switch these because right now I have my optional fan is, my CPU optional is probably, I think my AIO. No, it's my fans, and then the pump is plugged into the different things. So I think I could switch those around, but for now, I can just do this and hit OK. Okay. Well, I mean, we actually went for performance here. So again, it's just good performance. And the other thing too is that with the lighting, you'll just get a lot of top-down lighting, but I didn't want it to be too much to create a lot of glare on the screen as well. So, because the screen is kind of a highlight here more than the other RGB. So we'll see. You know, it's like, that's the thing is you can always, if you want to remix the build, you can absolutely remix the build if you want to. And add your own RGB fans or whatever it was. But I mean, a big showcase of this particular case is the fans, the performance fans, and everything they've added for it. So it really kind of comes down to that stuff. I don't really need to. I mean, we could show the advanced BIOS stuff if we wanted to, but you could. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff in there. Right now, we're just getting to performance and stuff like that. Okay, so it's got to recognize the GPU, which it'll do here in a minute. And at the same time, we're going to go and jump this in while we wait for the GPU and stuff to kind of catch itself. There it goes. Because we used a 5080 FE to benchmark this. Okay, so let's go ahead and really quick install the Canali SE software. And then we actually have, while we're waiting for that, let's open up Armory Crate. And then we need to go to User Center, Settings, Update Center, Update, because it's now got to get the GPU in there. And I did like a cool green and blue for which is what I'm going to thematically go for the build. So if you look at I mean, it's kind of probably hard to see in the side camera, but a lot of the lighting is like green and blue right now, which is actually pretty cool. I'll turn it a little bit more so you guys can see the actual thing. So it'll be like a green and blue kind of color, and then we'll get that also matched on the GPU as well. Okay, so we're still waiting for the GPU. We're probably gonna have to reboot for the GPU to show up. It's always that kind of the first time. Okay, let's install Canali. Extract. Let's go to capture here. Oops, capture. There's the memory and the Astral. There we go. I have red, start with Windows, install. This, I like it. Especially when we get all of it all set up. Okay, there we go. It said, update installed. Welcome to Canali. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's the Panorama SE. Look at that. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Ooh, that's kind of a nice, oh wow, that's a little Trikes truck. And then we'll show CPU temperature, GPU temperature, show CPU usage. Oh, let's just do CPU temperature, and then we'll do date and time. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Oh, there we go. Look at that. And then now when you look at the car, the thing itself, got like a nice little car there on the screen as well. So you can have some fun with that beautiful screen. That screen looks so good. Let's see, I'm gonna see what else we got here. I think I want to do this one. Oh yeah, that's a little bit better with like little boxes and stuff like that. There's like a little car. Okay, let's see. This one's like one fighting mice. That's really cool. Like a fighting mouse one. It's like fighting Starfire. There's a waterfall. Ooh, I like this one. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. That's my happy one. And we'll do white. There we go. Ooh, I like that a lot. With that screen. And then the cool thing is like one of the things they've added, so if you go to here, they've added a waterfall. So you're gonna go like this. Select the waterfall. And then now, so then you can go and do that. And now you've got like a waterfall type setup too. So that's the stuff that's new with the Canali, is that you can rotate the screen and have like your waterfall stuff and all that sort of jazz. So you can change the orientation if you wanted to. But let's go back to the one I liked, which was this one. Put it all the way to the left. And then you can just take this and rotate it like we had. I would just be careful because there's some little posts. That's how you rotate it, and the posts are kind of, I think if you moved it too much, but yeah, there you go. Okay, so the Canali setup, let's just change our armory crate real quick. Last little bit of it, it's still installing. It's taking a while. Okay, so we got the aura effects now, okay. So everything should be set. Change this to, I'm just gonna change it a little bit blue there. There we go, and then we'll go back to the greener blue, which I like better. Okay. So there we go. Now everything kind of matches. We got a nice like theme here, which I think is cool. Still installing stuff, which is taking a while. So hopefully this finishes its install. So there you go, guys. My themed, like here and then here. Let's give it a little bit more of a like a 3/4 view here from the static view. It's super clean. So then you just go like this, and then you get like a nice cleaner view there. But yeah, there you go, with the whole screen and the GPU and all that sort of stuff. That looks really good. Yeah, this is using all the performance fans. We want to use it, the Antec Flux, for what it's known for, right? Which is the fans and the performance fans and all that sort of stuff that we've got it set up for. So I'm gonna go ahead and put our glass on here. Oh, and I forgot, I got to install the temp controls for the case. I forgot I didn't install that yet. There's actually a temp control on the case too. There we go. Wow, that takes some pushing. So it's got, because down here at the bottom, there's actually a screen. Temp controls, the case actually will show you temp stuff too. So let me download the software for that while we're busy. Okay, so it looks like everything's here. We're gonna check for updates really quick. So look at Antec Flux Pro. And then this has got no, that's the flyer. Okay, where is the software? Download. Okay, Antec iUtility. Okay, Antec. Download. Okay, downloads. Case. Performance Flux Pro. Oh, there it is. iUtility. Okay, here we go. That's all good. And then I need feature library. And then we want open. I think two that I'm looking for, get started. Features, contents. Wi-Fi Q antenna. Okay, so this is all, I'm looking for the fan, yes. There's our headers, Wi-Fi Q antenna. Oh, it's here, I forgot. Okay. Okay, so here is the RAM, and it is, okay, so there it is right there. So now you can look down there at the bottom of the side there. You can actually see that there is actually a setting down here too. So it's showing, you are getting temps as well. So yeah, there's it, and then you have that too. So yep, now you have two temperature things. Okay, last thing I want to do, let's go to custom, update now. Where is the, okay, custom. Install the feature library. There's the core. Or a wallpaper. That's not what I need. Assistance. Must be this. Just trying to find, going to capture. We're trying to find the fan, where the fan is. So this is the new ASUS. That is the new, that's not ASUS. That's for the case. I mean, like, more than likely, given everything else, and especially if I have a Canali app, I don't know if I would install this too. You know what I mean? Like, you have a lot of stuff in here. Okay, custom. Okay, here's what I was looking for. Fan expert. Okay, here we go. We're gonna run our auto fans, our AI cooling. So now it's gonna test them. Let's make sure we have a good curve. Yeah, it only shows temps. It's not, I mean, like, again, it's up to you. Right now it's sitting at 66. Okay, so that's all set. So there's our AI cooling fan curve is right there. I'm also going to set up, I'm also going to do GPU temperature for all these too. Oh, okay, that's fine. So I'm just gonna have everything on, on all of it. Because because that way when we are using the GPUs, we're good. Okay, so we should have both. Okay, cool. Okay, so now that we've got this and we're all there and we're auto-tuned, let's go and close this and then let's just check. So we'll run Cinebench and let's see what our, see what our temps are. Okay, so here we go. So let's see what our CPU temps are. You can see them right there. Right now it's sitting at a package temp of 44. File advanced, let's go to 10 minute and then hit start. So 81, 82, might get a little bit warmer. This AIO does okay with temps. Like it's definitely middling in terms of performance, AIO performance, but even now you're seeing it go down to 80s, you know what I mean? And then look at that, we've got a 39,955, right? So no issues at all with temps in terms of CPU temps and stuff like that. This is gonna be absolutely fine. Furion, his build is next week on Thursday. So you can even see right there, it's sitting at 84 right now, 83, 84. Voodoo Manager, I mean, there are things that you can do with it for sure that Armory Crate, and especially as they've gotten it more efficient, especially with the latest release, it just does more, right? Which, I mean, you take advantage of all the work that ASUS has put in to support your hardware. So there it is. So you can see right here, there's no issues whatsoever with temps. It's just running beautifully. It's still sitting at 81, 82, 83. It's gonna stay right around that way the entire time. I don't know, DJ Techno. Okay, so temps are good. No problem there. Let's check out GPU temps. We've also put a GPU curve in place. So we'll open up FurMark here. Also, I'm going to open up the, I am going to open up, here we go, Alt-Z, open the overlay. Let's go to statistics. We'll go to turn it on, and we'll go to advanced, so you'll be able to see it up here. We'll run things at 1440. 2560 by 1440. On the 5080, we'll do full screen. And then we're just going to hit run. Ooh, let's put that away. So this is 1440p. See right now our GPU's at 99%. The GPU temp is at 59 degrees, 58, 59 degrees Celsius right now. So it's not having any issues whatsoever. GPU usage is like, so yeah, our temp is not having any problem whatsoever. And then we're currently pulling 373 watts right now. So no issues running there. Temps are good. Wattage is good. Hey, look, the cable didn't catch fire because you guys, it's not going to. Go watch the J video and all the people like trying to get it to catch fire. Touch the back plate of the GPU. What do you want to do that for, Eric? Yeah, I can do it. I mean, it's warm, but it's not too bad. It's warm, but it's not too hot it's not crazy hot or anything like that. And again, we just have the glass on it right now just so we can run temps. So I want to make sure that you guys see actual temps of the build. You're very welcome. Okay guys, so that's running fine. So no problem there. So FurMark, you saw GPU temps were in the 60s. Running plenty of energy there, running plenty of power there. Okay, I got to reboot real quick so we can get GPU tweak up. And then we'll go from there. But what do you guys think of the build? What do you guys think of what you've seen, the build itself and how it looks and all that sort of stuff? You guys happy? Like, I think, are you surprised? I mean, I'm assuming no, but it's always just fun to show builds off and all that sort of stuff. Man, it looks really good. Just a nice looking build, and the screen and stuff like that looks really good with this. And then no sag bracket, which is good. It's got support for it, so it came out clean. The colors, the fans, everything came out really good. The CPU cooler is the Trix Panorama SE. You forgot to update, but you didn't hit. I don't understand what you mean, Aaron. Okay, so this is the first time we've actually got to see this, which is always super fun. Now when we look at the capture, you can actually see you're getting additional information that because this is an ASUS card, you're actually getting how much amperage is going through each of the individual pens on the card. You can actually see the RPM mode, temperatures and thermal maps. You also see that you can actually change your different modes. We're going to turn on our OSD, but this is stuff that you actually get additionally when you use a ASUS GPU. So you're getting additional information that you don't get if you use, and you can use GPU tweak with any particular brand of GPU, but then you just get some additional information with this as well. So which is cool. Okay, so let's just check out some gaming temps, some stuff right here. So we'll start here, hit play. Let's check out Cyberpunk. Continue. Play. Go ahead and get rid of the statistics because we'll have 2 of them. It also does a really good job. I mean, the cool thing is with all of the additional information using the ASUS across, like sticking in the single ecosystem is always a nice bonus because we have the PSU and all that stuff too. Okay, so here we go. You can see you got your performance metrics up there in the top left. So we're going to run things at 1440p. Again, 5080 is very capable of running at 4K. The one thing I would say is that ideally, I mean, I really think the 4090 and the 5090 are true 4K cards. If I would recommend, I would say stick at 1440p. That means that this card is going to last you a very, very long time, especially if you are somebody who plays graphically intensive games like your Monster Hunter Wilds, your Starfields, your Cyberpunks, your Avoweds, right? You definitely are just going to get more length and life out of the card when playing at 1440p. So the RAM is at 8400 already, Whitmeister, yes. I can show you. $8,400 mega transfer right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to settings. We'll go to graphics. We'll do ray tracing ultra DLSS transformer model. We'll go ahead and set it to balanced because we're 1440p. We're going to turn on ray reconstruction. Leave frame generation off for right now. And then we'll turn on path tracing just because. Hit apply. And let's run it like this. Let's make sure this is, okay, it's all in balance. Okay, there we go. So we'll start here. So this is 77, 80 frames per second. So this is your raw. This is like if you were going to use multi-frame generation. Look, we're getting way north of 60, right, which is what you want. So that means that all in all, your multi-frame generation experience with this is going to be really good, which is one of the things, especially when you think about 1440p. This is everything cooking on max, right? So yeah, guys, this is not specifically, we haven't turned frame gen or anything on. This is just raw, super cooked 1440p right now. And you can see GPU temps are 58, CPU temps are 65. So no problems with cooling this thing whatsoever. So that is, you're right, it is DLSS, so it is super sampled. So that is super sampled. It is not raw. It is super sampled raw, my bad. And then that thing that's in the top left this is GPU Tweak 3. Okay, so let's go to settings. We're now going to go ahead and add frame generation. We'll go to DLSS. And then we're going to do balance. We're going to have to apply. It's going to make me restart the PC, restart the game. Yeah, sorry, Jonathan. I meant it's DLSS raw, not frame gen. It's not raw. Raw would be pretty low. I'm guessing 30 to 40. Well, I don't know. It'd be lower. Okay, let's see if this lets me do it yet. Sometimes it won't. I might have to restart all the way. Yeah, I gotta restart all the way. Raw. Keeping me honest, guys. Keeping me honest. And I did not mean to lead you astray or anything like that. Okay, so now we can show you multi-frame. And I like to do that by actually playing versus like running the bench. So that'll give you, so that way you can actually see it, because the benchmark doesn't really show it kind of in the same way. Okay, here we go. So let's go to settings, graphics. We'll go to 4 because that is fine on this one. Hit continue because we know our core base is over 60. So that means that we're gonna have no skitters, jumps, anything like that at this thing. Okay, so there we go. We're running at 244, 256 frames per second. And this is with everything maxed. I want my car. There we go, 243 frames per second. GPU is at 60, CPU is at 62. And this is where multi-frame gen just works really, really well. You know what I mean? Not saying that it's for everybody, but for cinematic gamers, when you have, the one thing that's beautiful about the 5080 is that because you get that super solid base frame rate, you get a really good experience with the new technology. And obviously on the 5090, it's even better. And then, of course, it's a little bit worse on the 5070 Ti, so your mileage varies depending on the GPU, but... So there you go. We already did that. Voodoo, that's what we were doing before, Voodoo Manager. It's about 60 to 80 frames per second. I can change it right now, though. There you go. So this should be 60 to 80 frames per second. There you go. So this is path tracing, ray tracing, transformer model with ray reconstruction. We're looking at 80, 85 frames per second. Gamersmith, no it doesn't, stop. And there's been lots of videos showing people how hard it is, even trying. If people use crap GPU cables on it, then yes, it's when people use non-rated cable extensions that you end up with issues. So there you go, guys. It's super snappy, yeah. I mean, like, there's no issue. Like, this runs beautifully because the core frame rate, like, it's running at 80 frames. Like, you're looking at, right now, we don't even have frame gen on right now. So you're just looking at, like, there's no, like, we have no floatiness or anything like that on this. And you guys are getting, like, the ray reconstruction and transformer model and all that sort of stuff. Whoa, those guys are really scary. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and let's check out a different game. We can check out let's go ahead and go to Avowed, right? Something that's not necessarily DLSS 3, just a little bit more contemporary right now. The CPU can't handle it? Dude, it's a 285K. I can show Indiana Jones after this. Yeah, dude, this game is I love this game. Just gotta wait for it to load. Avowed is like, it's more like Dragon, it's more like Dragon, oh my gosh, it's an action RPG game. You'll see, it's actually more like Skyrim and that type of game, yeah. Dragon Age, thank you. Yeah, this game is really fun. It also looks so good. That's why I like showing. It's fun and it looks really good. And it's super witty. No, Elemental, it's not the best in the market, but it is still near the top. And we did all of our 5090 testing with the 285K. We were one of the few people who actually did it that way. There's no, this thing does not suck at gaming. Yes, the 9800 X3D is better by far. It is the best gaming CPU. But if you want a great all-around CPU, the Core Ultra 7 is fantastic, as is the CU9. So the thing is, I'm so sick of people saying that things suck when they don't. Are they as good? No. But do they suck? No. Yeah. It's 15%, Kuma. It's like 15, like anywhere between 15 and 20%, which is kind of where it goes in there, depending on the games you play. Sometimes it can be almost none, right? Yeah, we don't play that game of we build AMD, we build Nvidia, we build Intel, we build all of them. Yeah. Here's the deal. Somebody says, hey, a 9800 X3D. 9800 X3D is good unless you're a content creator. Then it's expensive and it starts to really slow down when you start to do multitasking. When you're running streaming software plus everything else, the 9800 X3D falls down. That's where the CU7 is just a much better option for content creators. Now, if you're a gamer, you're absolutely right. AMD is king. But the thing is that the CU7 outperforms the 9700X, the 9600X, and all of those other things. The other thing, too, it's the same thing. It's like the media engine on NVIDIA versus the media engine on AMD. It is all depending on what you're going to be doing with the CPU that determines whether something is the best or not. And there is no one-size-fits-all for tech. Please stop saying something is the best, because it may not necessarily be the best. The 5090 might be the best GPU out there. Not if you have a $2,000 budget, it is not the best. Stop saying that stuff, guys. Jeez. There is no the best. There is only what you need, and what you need is going to be different based on every other person. And by the way, yes, the stutter on stream, you can't use the stream as an opportunity. The stutter on stream has nothing to do with the hardware. It has everything to do with, this is a 4K, 400 or 250 frames per second thing being crammed down a transcoder that's being shown at 60 FPS on Twitch. Yeah. The other thing too is, like, I'm also gonna say, dude, remember, GPUs are just $2,000 Pokemon cards. You could get a shiny Charizard, or you could get a freaking pack of, pack of Rattatas, or a Togepi, right? It all comes down to all sorts of things. Okay, so we're running. What are we running right now? Oh, this is running 60 frames per second. Let's take a look at our graphics here. Okay, let's do graphics. Okay, so we're full screen. Oh, well, that's why. Unlimited field of view is 90. Motion blur is off. VSync is off. Ray tracing is on. We're running DLSS. We're going to go to balanced. Frame generation's off. Reflex is on. We're at epic, 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 epic. Apply. Okay, there we go. And now we're at 122 frames per second. There we go. That's better. Okay, so in terms of just... And there you go, guys. This is 116 frames per second. This is no frame gen. Dude, this game looks so good. Temps, GPU temp 53, CPU temp 59. And you just wonder, like, we'll do a little platforming section here, just to show that there's no floatiness or anything like that. It's all good, El. I'm not upset. I'm not upset about what you were saying at all. No, I'm just saying that, like, just so you know, I didn't mean to think. Sorry, I wasn't coming off at you. I was coming off at the guy who said that AMD is king. You were fine. You were just basically, you're asking questions, and I want you to ask questions. This is totally a safe place to ask questions, and I'm letting you know that a lot of the visual tearing and stuff like that is, there is no VSync. It's also being encoded, and there's a bunch of things, but there is no stuttering. That's not to say that there isn't stuttering, right? Like, for sure. Like, frame times, like, one of the things we saw is the frame times on the NVIDIA versus the AMDs, you know, just from Jay's 2 cents video, right? Like, the frame times were more consistent, and that can come across as stuttering, but that isn't CPU. A lot of times it's actually GPU. Okay, so we're all the way up here. See? So we just did that platforming section. Ah! There you go. You can see no problems whatsoever with performance and stuff like that. So sorry if it came off that way. That was not my intention. So there we go. Avowed, no problem. 110 FPS. Good example of some game, and there you go. So let's look at some. Let's look at last one. Let's do some Indiana Jones in the Great Circle, and then we'll go from there. So sorry about that, El Mano. That's not the point. I'm just, there's a lot of anger right now, and so sometimes it's diffusing the situation, just saying, hey guys, we still have a really cool hobby. We still love PC building and PC gaming, and trying to stay positive. I know that people are upset at GPU availability and all that sort of stuff, and just also remember, a lot of times, like, where people, there's an artificial sense of need, like, I need this, I need this, I need this. And need is such a strong word, when in the end, it's like, no, you want it, but some people just are impatient and won't just wait. You know what I mean? And that's where you get things like scalpers and stuff. And it's just, a lot of the human condition is such a large reason that we end up in a lot of these spots, which is the part that's bitter, right? Yeah, be positive and creepy like Robeytech. And that is absolutely true. It is a mess. And I'm not disagreeing with you, but the other thing too is that getting angry over it is not going to do you any favors. It's gonna shorten your health. It's like they say, you know, I mean, believe it or not, like, just preaching a little worrying, you know, it's like worrying does not add a day to your life. And so stressing about it, it's eventually, it will fix itself. It will take time, but you just gotta be patient. Okay, so let's jump in here. So let's see what we got here. I will say this game has issues with GPU tweak. So we might, okay, well, first and foremost, we're not gonna run there. Let's go 2160 by 13. Field of view is 90, vertical sync. Let's just turn it off. FPS is off, motion blur is off, on. Shadow quality, texture pool. So let's go to Supreme. And then we're gonna make ray tracing on full. So we're in full ray tracing. We're gonna turn on Ray. This takes a little bit to load. We're turning all the stuff on here. All the DLSS 4 stuff. All lights on, DLSS, we're gonna put it on balanced. Ray reconstruction's on. We're gonna leave frame generation off for now. I will tell you, it will want to, cancel. Okay, let me apply. How do I apply? I keep forgetting how to apply. Okay, so let's see where this is when we're done. I will tell you that, okay, so we're at 70. Okay, so let's see. This is without frame gen, so this is max everything. Oh, this is actually okay. 80 at 1440p. So this would be super solid again for multi-frame gen. This is everything cranked, guys. This is the most beauty-miss Indiana Jones you can get. So yeah, this is like everything turned on. Lights. Oh, look, I mean, like look at the reflection just right there. And there is some screen tearing right now, but that's just because no VSync and stuff like that. Wow, this runs better than I thought. So here we are, Sistine Chapel. Beautiful. God, this game is so pretty. So we're running 98% GPU usage, 64 on the CPU temp, 59 on the GPU temp. And outside here, so it's staying very solidly above 60 FPS here. And then, of course, if you wanted to, this like giving what you're seeing here from your performance metrics and stuff like that, this is a great game to do multi-frame generation, which we're going to get way higher. Now, I'm going to try and turn it on just because it's fun, but there is a chance that it will crash with this, not because of the game, but because of GPU tweak. Okay, let's see if this works. We're turning it on 4 times there. Yeah, there's the crash. Oh, maybe. Yeah, GPU tweak just does not like GPU tweak. Okay. So if I close this, okay, let's Alt F4 this. There you go. Okay. Okay, so let's try this one more time, and then we'll try it with multi-frame gen, and then we'll call it a day after that. I tried to show you guys. I try to show you guys all of it, try and give you guys a good smattering of titles, especially as there's new ones and stuff like that. And we do now have Monster Hunter Wilds. We're going to be including that in our benchmarks and stuff like that. I didn't get it installed on the build. Okay, so we can, but the good thing is that we can actually just do it here. So we'll turn that on there. Not that you guys are worried. I mean, we're not worried about GPU temps. You know what I mean? It's GPU temps and CPU temps are going to be fine. We've shown that on games that are going to be more demanding than this, so. The B580 is a great card, and it's a 1440p and 1080p card. B580 is a great card, and it's also 250 bucks. Okay, so we're looking at 73. Okay, so let's go ahead and go here. Okay, so we're at 4-time multi-frame gen here. Let's go to options. Let's go to, it's showing the 1% lows, which is option. Okay, let's just turn on our performance metrics. So there we go. 92, 93 frames per second. Oh, 250. There we go. 250 frames per second. There you go. That's with frame gen. Multi-frame gen. God, this game looks so good. I mean, this is what I love, right? Like when you can, this is stuff that like throwing everything on just looks so good with all of that, like when you turn on everything. And then just you get the smoothing that comes with having MFG, and it feels unreal. And that's the part that's actually really nice. So there you go. Okay, so there it is, guys. Our ridiculous $4,100 RTX 5080 ROG Astral build inside of the Antec Flux Pro using 8400 mega transfer RAM and the Trix panel. Oh, the Trix isn't. Oh, it's because I restarted the Canali and then it probably didn't start. Just realized our Canali's not there. Where's our Canali? There it is. And there's our Canali right there. So there it is. And so with our beautiful Trix Panorama SE AIO, what a build, guys. What a build. I think, as you guys would see, I think you guys would agree. Yeah. I like how GSX Therapy is like, can I buy it? Unfortunately, no. But if you guys want to commission something like this, we could absolutely look at doing something like that. Anyway, guys, we are back tomorrow checking out another RTX 5080 build. This inside of the Lee & 011 Vision Compact. We're going to be doing using the Aorus Master RTX 5080, and we're going to be showing the TL Wireless fans and showing off their brand new, another competitor for a budget AIO, which honestly, guys, ended up being one of our most performant AIOs we've ever tested, the Lee & Galahad 2 Lite AIO. So that's going to be tomorrow. So that's going to be probably a longer build, just given all of the fans and stuff that we have to install, but should be a bit of a stunner by the time it's all said and done. So that's 2 p.m. starting the Lee & Compact. And we'll be at, sorry, not the Deep Cool, Lee & Galahad 2 Lite. Sorry, I didn't mean to see Deep Cool. Lee & Galahad 2 Lite. So very, very cool. Should be a fun build. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. Have an absolutely amazing rest of your night. And then we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye, guys.